go get the filthy animal and the MIA.
Missing in action, huh?
Yeah, go get those guys. And I want you to tell the guy, the commissioner said, do not get anywhere near that ringside during the cruiserweight match tonight, okay?
Okay, smooth and handle that for you.
Listen, tell them they banned from ringside tonight during the cruiserweight.
Smooth and handle that for you.
Man, what a nice deal. Did you leave the radio on or something? What's that music? Hey, y'all, what's up? Listen, I don't have, hold up. I do not have time to play today, okay? Just calm down. We'll do it later on, okay? I just don't have time.
Well, Commissioner Cat, in his first pay-per-view as commissioner, may not have the time, but the Young Dragons have the time. And here comes the Cat as we're ready for Bash of the Beach.
Face off with Lieutenant Loco for the Cruiserweight Championship of the world. And there you see the lyrical gangster, the former Disco Inferno, Tigress, Ray Jr., Conan. They did not get the word, Tony. Commissioner Cat has banned them from ringside.
It's great to see the Cruiserweight title back where it belongs. The Juicerweight title more like Juventud Guerrera. In my opinion,
he's not the champ.
He didn't win the title.
So what? He walked out with it this past week.
Oh, please. Possession's not personal law.
Arriba la raza! Yeah, boy!
Whoop-de-whoop, jigga what?
Whoop-de-whoop, jigga what?
Yo, Vanessa, you like this shirt? Go ahead, feel. That's enough.
Yeah, that's enough.
All right, Hoovy, you got some gold on you. That's cool. We need to keep calculating and marinating pop-art collars. Disco and Ray, you guys need to go after the tag titles because we got parties to go to, girls to see, and people to get filthy on.
Word to your mother.
Tim Shady, the hip-hop inferno. Like a fish out of water with a filthy animal.
Now, Tony, when somebody steals something, if we keep it, it eventually becomes their property, right? Hasn't Juventud Guerrera had the Juicerweight title long enough for you? He's the champ.
I don't know if long enough for me is the measuring stick. It's long enough for WCW. He's not the champion, and here comes MIA.
We have got to improve communication. They didn't get the word either. The Misfits in action have been banned from ringside by Commissioner Cat. The Animal, the Misfits, gonna have to take it to the back as the Lieutenant and Hoovy Juice do battle for Cruiserweight gold.
There is no question Juventud is the former champion, but tonight he has a chance to win it back against Lieutenant Loco of MIA.
To keep the belt he's already got.
3 times Juventud Guerrera has earned the Cruiserweight title. He possesses the belt, but didn't earn the title he will try to get that legally and legitimately right now at Bash at the Beach.
Whatever you say.
I think Charles Robinson is explaining now to everyone.
Boy.
That was the Disco Inferno, by the way, and the headset microphone of Mark Madden. He's explaining to everyone, especially now to MIA in the ring and the Filthy Animals outside, everyone must leave. They want to get it one-on-one. It has been anything but one-on-one. It has been nothing short of gang warfare between the Filthy Animals and MIA over the past few months. Ever since the members of MIA were fired, as Eric Bischoff would say, for the New Blood, they would say that they walked on the New Blood, MIA, under their own accord. Whatever the case may be, they came back under the Misfits in action, Lieutenant Loco, the champ. And right now, the referee had a little bit tougher time getting the Filthy Animals out at ringside because MIA has already taken that walk.
Say what you will about the Cat, but give him credit for this. This is exactly how a championship should be contested. One-on-one, no distractions, and no interference, most importantly of all. We're going to see a one-on-one classic cruiserweight matchup with Lieutenant Loco and Juventud Guerrero.
But this is pay-per-view, guys. Couldn't they leave Tigers and Major Guns out here?
Look at this heartwarming farewell. What's all these hugs and kisses about? They're going to see him in the locker room area in about 20 minutes or so.
Maybe they could take their tops off, something like that. It's pay-per-view.
Would you calm down? It's wrestling. Check the marquee.
Sports entertainment, Scotty boy.
The bell has sounded in this sports entertainment opening bout at Bash at the Beach 2000. This event throughout the years has been the home of some legendary battles and some legendary, unforgettable events in sports entertainment. And tonight may be no exception. To the side of the head, Lieutenant Loco tries to get the early going, but Juventud has always had great reserve. He can take a punch, and he fires back on Lieutenant Loco now. Oh, great move. Up on top. Atomic drop from way up top. Both men employ the same type tactics in the ring, there's no question. An inverted atomic drop coming over.
Well, one thing's for certain, gentlemen. This is not going to be a short one. Nobody's going to dominate. These two are as evenly matched as any two competitors in World Championship Wrestling. It's going to be a great, great battle. Mano a mano, although I'm really not sure what that means.
It's hand-to-hand, actually.
So when it's evenly matched, like you say, what could happen to turn the tide? What's it going to be?
I think Juventud's taking it to the back with the rest of the Filthy Animals.
Will it be a mistake? Will it be some sort of elaborate game plan? Maybe. They have something in the works already. I mean, I would think that the Animals and MIA both came to the ring thinking that they were going to be in this. But that was not the case.
That was their game plan. They had all sorts of shenanigans planned for the other side. But the Cat put a stop to that quick, banning the entire contingent from ringside. We'll get it decided one-on-one.
There's all kinds of weird stuff going on already. Why are the Young Dragons going after Ernest the Cat Miller right off the get-go? I mean, Ernest Miller's the commissioner. He can make or break their careers. They should be sucking up to him, not kicking his tushy, as Disco would say.
It's hip-hop, and last Wednesday night on Thunder, we saw the Cat enter into an agreement with the Young Dragons. I don't know if the Young Dragons, it was a long-term deal he signed with the Cat.
It's a weird situation. I don't know why they're attacking him, let alone in a pay-per-view like this. They're not even supposed to be here.
Juventud used his smarts, luring him in the ring, but Lieutenant Loco came right back with an inside-out suplex, driving the man down. And now springing off, coming down on Juventud Guerrero.
Remember, Juventud's shoulder very weak. It wasn't 6 months ago. He was on the shelf for a couple of months due to that shoulder injury. Lieutenant Loco taking advantage of that.
Lieutenant Loco looks upset. Maybe somebody touched his stuff.
He's Loco.
Lieutenant Loco, the champion right now, is on fire, and Juventud begging off. Juventud really trying to slow things down on the outside. And throwing to the top turnbuckle pad that time, hard.
There's the savvy, the ring skill that has made the Juice the #1 Juicerweight champion ever.
Cruiserweight.
Well, I guess he would be the #1 Juicerweight champion if there was such a division. To the side of the head. And Juventud Guerrero, could he be moments away from regaining, securing the Cruiserweight belt from Lieutenant Loco? Who's at the advantage? Who's at the disadvantage without their comrades at ringside? That question may be answered in a few moments. Juventud really, though, is slowing things down. He walked away, and now Lieutenant Loco runs over it. Up. Dump the world. Backbreaker. Nicely done. Here's the cut. 1, 2. No, sir. So close.
Oh, thank heavens, the Juice showing remarkable resilience, getting juicy out there.
And now, Lieutenant Loco, Scott, after that quick exchange, is content with slowing things down to drive the man down here with an armbar.
Lieutenant Loco is the more accomplished ground wrestler between he and Juventud Guerrera. Juventud Guerrera, I think, without question, better above the ring, off the top rope, off the middle rope, off the turnbuckle to the floor. Juventud the better flyer. Lieutenant Loco, the better mat wrestler.
And I agree with that, so why hasn't Juventud now used the high-flying tactics? He's been known for that. Could it be that shoulder injury you talked about coming into play? Maybe he's a little tentative, and maybe he's got another game plan. We're going to find out. Here's a chop back to the neutral punter they go. Sends the man in. Up on top, Lieutenant Loco with a great move. Head scissor takeover. Scoop, and a power slam. 1, 2. Whoa! Then he almost hit him. How many times? I can answer this. Not many. Do you see a cruiserweight come away with a power slam like that?
Tony, you're like questioning the Juice's strategy? He's a multi-time Juicerweight champ. He'll be fine. He was in an arm lock. You can't try high-risk maneuver while you're in an arm lock.
I was talking about the series down on the floor that time. It is so uncharacteristic of Juventud Guerrera. There could be some fans who question his alliance with the Filthy Animals. Maybe it's taking away his individuality. I don't know.
We are seeing two tremendous athletes do battle at Bash at the Beach here in Daytona. And Juventud missed it, charged in hard, but got a back elbow.
Lieutenant Loco just tried to spank Hovey. There's a lot of really suppressed things going on inside the ring. Oh!
Clothesline layered, if you will, on each side, and both men hit very hard. And now it's the charge of referee Charles Robinson to administer a mandatory 10 count for both men.
It's time for a gut check between the Lieutenant and Juvi Juice. Who's got the most left? Who's in the best cardiovascular and physical condition? Is it the champion? Is it Juvi Juice?
Who deserves to be the Cruiserweight champion? The fans are counting with Charles Robinson. A wild swing is cut off by Loco. The second one is cut off, and it's Loco with 3 fists to the side of the head. Now to the ropes. Loco is just so quick. And so is Juventud. Oh, good defensive maneuver. He just ducked down, and Juventud, nothing to do but spill on the outside. Now watch out. Guerrera, helpless.
Hovey, get out of there! Get out of there! Oh,
He
no!
turned around, but there was nothing he could do. He couldn't even sidestep Lieutenant Loco coming off the top with a big double axe handle for the top turnbuckle pan all the way to the floor.
Meeting fire with fire, taking a page from Juventud's book. What on earth?
Who are these people?
Who are these people?
Who are these people?
The filthy animals.
Obviously the filthy animals.
What, they're wearing masks of some sort.
They're trying to sneak
think
their
That could be
way in.
anybody. Who knows who those people are?
Oh, please.
The one guy looks like Dellinger.
That is Dellinger.
How can you tell who those people are?
They try 1, 2. What in the world are they trying to prove?
Come on, man. You know it's one-on-one.
That guy's dressed as Rey Mysterio Jr. That's an imposter.
That is Rey Mysterio.
Oh!
Slingshot to a guillotine leg drop. Over the top, fighting hard now.
One high-risk maneuver by Juventud Guerrera hits home. This match looks like it's over. Cruiserweight champ Juventud Guerrera. Lieutenant Loco shaking her head. Tell me he's not, Tony.
I'm telling you, the Filthy Animals plan went south in a hurry to try to sneak out here. The ring post.
Yeah,
hit him very
Juicy!
hard.
Yeah, baby! Yeah, you know it, Juicy! You know it, baby!
But Juventud Guerrera has taken over as a result of that high-risk maneuver. The guillotine from the top and the distraction of the banned Filthy Animals, and Juventud has turned the tide in this Cruiserweight title match.
I'm still not sure that was the Filthy Animals out here.
You're insane.
So in effect, maybe this plan by the Filthy Animals maybe worked, even though maybe they didn't design it to do just that.
Look at the Juice, the Juicerweight champ, totally dominant right now.
Still, he is relying on a lot of kicks and punches, uncharacteristically. Juventud Guerrera throws him down. Maybe he's going to go up top now. Here we go. This is Juventud that we've come to know. Up on top. Oh, yeah. The big splash up on top. 1, 2.
And And he's doing it by himself. The Cruiserweight champion, Lieutenant Loco, doing without the benefit of the misfits in action at ringside.
It's an incredible contest between two phenomenal athletes.
Here goes Juicy going up top again. This is the kind of match you expected him to wrestle, Tony.
Absolutely it is. And now he's doing just that. But Loco maybe one step ahead. You said it earlier, Scott. Who has the intestinal fortitude? Who can come up with gut check time? Who can push it to the max? Is it Juventud?
Yeah! New champ right here, that's it.
Almost a version of a Liger bomb that time. He
Come
kind
on,
of
Juice, cover
walked
him.
to the center. Here's a pinning
Yeah!
combination. No. That time it appeared as if Lieutenant Loco just used his entire body to muscle out of that pinning combination.
That was a slow count.
How did Lieutenant Loco kick out of the sit-out running power bomb out of the corner? Tremendous recuperative ability and a front suplex.
The front suplex, but Juventud is not done yet apparently.
Oh, I love this move.
Hold on.
Bill Clinton's here.
Bill,
No, it's not.
It looks Bill Clinton. If it is Bill Clinton, it looks like it's got General Rexon's body on it to me. Oh. Kick in the back of the head, elbow drop. Pinning combination could be here. No.
Oh.
Look
Hang
at
on a
this.
minute, I think
Oh, this is MIA. This is ridiculous.
I'm not convinced of that.
Okay, steal my stuff.
Come on, spit it out.
Oh, I'll spit it out, okay?
That's MIA. That is.
There's not a lot missing to that.
Well, she's coming down here to check my action out, I'll tell you that.
Right.
She cares very little for this match.
But she has the attention of Juventud and millions watching at home. Loco runs in. Loco's got the pinning
But the
combination.
referee is distracted by the misfits in action.
Well, that's what they get for coming down here to help Loco cheat.
That's exactly
Cheat.
right. That's what they get. It was a critical mistake apparently because Loco, he's got the tornado DDT. No, he does not. A pickup. Ruby trying to Ruby drop.
No!
Two.
Kick!
No!
Yeah! Oh, that was so close. Come on, Juice.
What did the Juice? How did he pull that out? The inverted power bomb from Lieutenant Loco, and somehow Guerrera kicked out at 2.5.
Even with all these distractions at the heart, fans, we are watching a phenomenal contest. Here's a pickup. Here's the Hoovy drive. There it is. There it is.
New champ. Cover him, Juice. Cover him.
That's what he's got to do. He's the cover. He's a two. He's in. He's in the rope. He's in the rope. Oh, my.
That foot on the rope, that's a cheap trick.
Both men want the Cruiserweight title that desperately.
Juicerweight.
They are using everything they've got in their body, plus to keep the match alive. They're not going to go down. We may be here for the next hour with this one.
Because, Scott and fans, that's what the Cruiserweight title means.
No!
Yes! What a matchup! What a champion! He's got the belt and the title back.
I want to tell you, that tornado DDT is sensational. And it worked to perfection for Lieutenant Loco in a celebration for MIA.
I gotta give Loco credit. That tornado DDP is a little man expanding some high impact there. What a move by Loco. I guess he's the Juicerweight champion, whatever you want to say.
He is the Cruiserweight champion, and we're going to go back and relive Scott Hudson some of the moments.
Lieutenant Loco from high atop the ring. Juventud never saw it coming. Wiped him out on the arena floor. And that was just the beginning. Look at the incredible balance of Juventud Guerrero. The fall away body splash in the center of the ring. That didn't do it. But this maneuver did. Oh, what snap on the tornado DDT. And Lieutenant Loco keeps the title and gets his belt back. He's the Cruiserweight champion.
Hoovy got robbed. One lucky move.
What a way to open up a sensational telecast as we go backstage.
Listen, it's over. I really like you guys, man. I'm telling you, you guys are great. Thunder was a good show. You guys did a good job. Jeff? Wait a minute. Maybe you guys don't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. You guys did a good job on Thunder, but it's over.
Job?
No, man, no.
Cat, where the hell is Hogan at? Listen, I saw what you pulled on Thunder last week, but I'll deal with that later. I want to know where Hogan's at. I've got Screaming Mimi here, and every time she walked out of catering, I had her practicing her do-re-mi's. I didn't come here to lay on the beach. I came here to cripple and retire Hulk Hogan. Now, where's he at?
Man, listen here. If Hogan's not here, man, I'm gonna have you somebody else. But Hogan gonna be here tonight.
He better be. He better produce him, Cat.
Man, what?
How about that storyline developing in the backstage area about Hollywood Hulk Hogan?
Well, it's no secret. There has been speculation all week. Would Hogan appear? Would he physically be able to be here in Daytona? Would he really be able to be here in Daytona? As of yet, I haven't heard a report if Hogan has arrived at the building.
We also got to ask the question, who's going to be here to face Big Vito? Last Wednesday, when Terry Funk was leaving the building at Thunder, he was brutally attacked with a hardcore belt and did a stickball back by Big Vito. He is unable to compete tonight, so who is Big Vito? Who's the replacement for Terry Funk?
Maestro, la musica, please. Now you people have an Italian champion to cheer for.
Bella, bella.
Please, man.
I want to tell you people something short and sweet. I was supposed to fight my old paisan Johnny the Bull. Then Terry Funk was supposed to get in the mix, that old scammer. But you know what? They beat the hell out of each other on Thunder, so they ain't here. I talked to the cat. He said he got somebody, a mystery opponent. So you know what? If you got a pair of grapefruits, how about sending them guys out?
Who's it going to be? Who's going to be this mystery opponent, or did he say opponents? Bring those guys out?
It's going to have to be somebody awful brave because Big Vito was wiping out the hardcore division. Do you hear that music?
Is he back? He's back! The former hardcore champion and screaming! Norman Smiley and Rufus!
La Maestro, la musica, please.
Let's see what.
You guys want a shot at the hardcore title? Well, guess what? I'm a fighting champion. I don't sweat nobody. We're making this a handicap match, and I'm gonna kick your stank asses right now.
Whoa!
That is a real hardcore champion. Hardcore to the bone. He wiped out Funk. He wiped out Johnny. Now he's going to wipe out Norman and whatever Crisco boy's name is, Ralph.
Ralphus, and he comes out with a stickball bat and he breaks it across the back of Ralphus immediately. Now look at this. He realizes, as you do, fans, the rules of the hardcore. The match is supposed to start in the backstage area, and then they have to fight to the ring.
Exactly right. As smart as he is tough, that's Big Vito, Staten Island, New York, as hardcore as a champion's ever been.
Don't forget, Johnny the Bull, hospitalized as a result of what went down 6 days ago on Nitro. Broken pelvis, broken hip, ruptured bladder. The man may be out of the sport for the better part of 6 to 8 weeks, but he is double tough. He finished the matchup against Terry Funk on Nitro. Of course, Vito then wiped out Terry Funk on Thunder. That opened the door for the return of the Screaming Hardcore Ringland. Here we go.
Where in the world are they going, knowing that this hardcore champion, I tell you, he is a pro. He started the fight out in the entryway, and now it's in the back. And now to win the match, they must battle back to the ring toward the end right there. And we already have an injury, it looks like, opening up the forehead here of Big Vito. I want to tell you something. Screaming Norman, who has been very reluctant over the past few months, is not reluctant here at all, guys. He is taking the fight to Big Vito. He got Ralphus. Wow!
Is that Ralphus inflicting punishment?
Repeated, not chair shots, trash can shots on the head of the hardcore champion.
My lord, the fangs of fear showed up to play tonight. Now, Norman's going to take Vito for a ride, it looks like.
Big wiggle!
Oh, they're going to love that in Staten Island.
And look at this, in front chancery. What's Ralphus going to do now? Remember, Vito said, yeah, let's make this a handicap match. So, Ralphus and Screaming Norman just taking the man apart here. So many various items in the back that can be used for and against a man. Ralphus, well, I'm not so sure how much effect that's having. However, the fact is, Vito has been thrown from pillar to post. Obviously, it has some effect right now.
Are those stretch marks on Ralphus?
What do you think?
I don't know about how much impact Ralphus is having, but boy, he's giving maximum effort, I'll tell you that. What's he doing now?
Vito brought this on himself. Oh! He said he wanted a handicap matchup, but he's got one.
He was trying to hide behind a trash can lid. Oh, no. A right cross by Big Vito. He uprighted Screaming Norman, and now towards the cases, towards the truck. That is near the loading dock area of this Ocean Center in Daytona Beach. I want to tell you, you talking about men putting their lives, their careers, their health on the line for a hardcore title. I don't know what you think of one Screaming Norman about his courage, but you got to give him a lot of credit. He is in this fight, and so many things can go wrong to take a man out. Just ask Johnny the Bull. Ask Terry Funk what can happen back there.
The only thing I know is they've broken out the plasticware. This is more dangerous than ever.
He's trying to grab the elevator out of town.
Open up this door.
They should take him back over to the truck, really truck each other off.
Oh, what in the... Is that catering? Good.
Unsuspecting catering guy got nailed. It's a fight in the elevator.
That lady's gonna be mad now.
In the freight elevator.
It's still 1 against 2, and Vito has destroyed 2 men. We'll make it 1 3/4.
It's not 1 against 2 now, Scott Hudson, because in the elevator, wherever that's going, has now separated Screaming Norman from Ralphus. And I don't know.
Vito's headed back to the ring.
And Ralphus is running as best he can.
Call that running?
Towards the ring. Looks like Ralphus has been cut. I guess he's waddling or lumbering towards the ring.
Ralphus is
hardcore.
disfigured. Oh, no, wait, he looked that way in the first place.
He's hardcore, I can tell you that.
It's got to end in the ring, and now poor Ralphus. Ralphus has no defense at all.
He doesn't have the Screaming Hardcore Wiggler watching his back either. He's on the elevator to who knows where.
He knocked his shoe off. The best thing Ralphus could do would be to roll up in a ball.
The best thing he can do is pull his pants up.
No, that's what he needs to do. Roll up in a ball. And
Come on,
cover
Vito,
himself
kill
up.
him! Kill him!
That's it. They're chanting Ralphus's name. This is where the match has to end. He's got a baseball bat.
Oh, no!
He's
Oh,
got a
boy!
trash can.
Yikes!
Thank
Whoa!
God, I want to tell you, thank God for a big gut right there, or there could have been some serious damage.
Thank
I
God
think
for
they're-
Planned Parenthood.
I think there was some serious damage.
This
Now
is
what?
great. If Ralphus wants to play hardcore, then Big Vito should get as hardcore as possible with Ralphus.
Yeah, but I mean, what type of man would do this to a man the age of Ralphus?
A great man, a real champion, a Staten Island tough guy.
He's only 32.
I'm not sure, and that table's broken. And that's a saving grace for Ralphus.
The table and Ralphus have something in common. Only one leg works.
Ralphus is severely injured here.
Who cares?
You are seeing a ruthless fighter at his dirty best right now. He has put Ralphus on the table, or should I say his carcass on the table. And now, Big Vito, Ralphus, he can't even move. Please,
No way!
He
Come
can't
on!
do this.
Vito!
Wait a minute. This
Good
one-
night!
No.
He's going to end his career!
Oh, my God. What
Yeah, since
career?
when did he have a career?
It's over. 1, 2, 3. Finally, out of the freight elevator comes Screaming Norman, but he was way too late.
What a hardcore champion. What a great man. What a tough guy from New York. He represents all Italian Americans like nobody since Al Capone.
He's an animal. He just beat up an old, defenseless man is what he did. A man who's nothing less than a cartoon character. He's funny to look at. He shouldn't be in there fighting.
It happens in Staten Island all the time. I've been there.
Well, then it should stay in Staten Island. This is a sham, but I tell you, we saw some flurries of some great fights.
What a champion. The brute from the boots.
There you see it from the top. Oh! The hardcore champion planting Ralphus through the table. Here's another look coming right into your living room. Oh, Ralphus folded up like a pair of pleated pants. And Ralphus the Goof was 32. Vito is the hardcore champion.
He was only 32. Tonight, it is for the contract of Scott Hall now. Is that?
That's Hall's contract.
It looks like, yeah. That
It's
looks like
somebody Hall's contract.
Scott Hall's contract in his pocket. And now with that, let's go to Mean
Kevin
Gentlemen.
Nash, tonight, the career of your longtime partner, Scott Hall, his fate is in your hands. Defeat Goldberg, and he stays in WCW. Lose, however, we may never see Scott Hall again.
You know, Gene, It's no secret I've been myself lately. I've been my wise self, I should say. And the reason being there's a bald-headed named Goldberg that's been holding my best friend's contract over my head. And you know, last week when they aired the footage of Scott and I together, I just remember how much fun we had. And there's no way I'm going to let that end. Goldberg knows I've handed it to him once before. I'm his only real defeat. And he knows I can do it again. And just for old time's sake, sir, Goldberg, when I jackhammer your in the middle of the ring, I just might take a little survey. Everybody knows, Bill, how those things just seem to piss you off.
See you, Billy.
All right, Kevin Nash and Goldberg later tonight here at the Bash at the Beach. Coming up, it's going to be a wedding gown match between Daffney and Miss Hancock. Let's take a look at their history.
Look at Daffney. It shouldn't be a hard decision for David to make.
They are fighting over this fruitcake. David Flair, can you believe it?
No, I cannot.
Please take me down. I'm so sorry.
He has run away from his fiancée.
You knew that we were engaged. Can you blame David? You've broken my heart.
Oh! David Flair has won 2-time in lowlife.
Do you think that I'm blind? You're trying to steal my fiancé, David Flair. Do you know how hard it is to be a bad girl trapped up inside of a good girl's body? After I finish whipping your little beanpole butt, let's make it a wedding gown match. You're gonna be begging for your old job, slinging chicken wings at the Hooters joint they found you in. First opponent to rip the other girl's dress off wins. If you're gonna try and ruin my life, I'm gonna ruin yours. Ah! Looks like this will be your last chance to wear your $3 Salvation Army gown, because I will definitely be wearing something much more sexy.
Yow. This is a heartbreaking story, better than any soap opera. You may be out there saying, hey, some gal's gonna get her wedding dress ripped off of her tonight. The answer, of course, is yes. But beneath all of that is a woman who was engaged to a man, and she has been jilted, and she is looking for satisfaction.
The key word is was engaged to. What Miss Hancock wants, Miss Hancock gets. Look at David Flair. She has made him over. He is all class. He's in a tux. Heck, maybe they'll get married after this match is over. What do you think?
It looks like they're ready for it. There's a wedding cake at ringside, and we know what happens when that goes down at a pro wrestling show, but we got to get the wrestling match out of the way first. Hancock is in the ring. Oh, does she look tremendous.
To coin a phrase, Tony, snoochie boochies.
David Flair looking like $1 million. She has done wonders for the son of the Nature Boy. Actually taking care of his... Oh, wait a minute. Those are hair clippers.
That, you're right, Scott, that's the hair clippers.
Those are the lamb shavers.
Never mind that. If Hancock looks this good on her wedding day, oh, brother, what will she look like on her wedding night?
Yeah, a lot like that, actually.
I cannot deny that she oh, do we need to see this?
Oh, I know I'd like to do it. I mean, I do, I will, I want to. Marry me, Miss Hancock.
Come on, get a hold of yourself, Madden.
Already have.
Come on.
Get a room. There's one right across the street here on A1A.
What in the world? Like, somebody's gonna crash the party.
No,
Hancock was fantasizing about me, but go on with your
wait a minute. Are
commentary.
they doing this for a reason? Are they trying to rub Daphne's face in it even more?
Of course they are.
I mean, this is beyond love. I just wonder if Daphne is so emotionally a wreck if she can even participate tonight.
Think about what's going through that young lady's mind, watching the man that was her fiance until last week. Oh!
Let's put that honeymoon on hold, guys.
He's ruined. And it's on. The wedding gown challenge is on.
Remember to rip the other lady's wedding gown off. You will be considered the
I hope they both get naked. How about a tie, ladies?
And would you look at Miss Hancock?
David's trying to help Daphne, it looked like.
Help Daphne,
He
yeah.
was not. He was holding her down.
What he was doing.
Trying to help her stay down while Miss Hancock kicked her.
Now what?
Miss Hancock obviously has the size advantage. Oh, she's very agile as well.
A handspring back elbow.
What a move that was.
Now there's a great move.
It's been done, but not as well.
That's exactly right. Sometimes you wish you were Daphne.
This is kind of the conclusion of the Flair Witch Project.
Oh,
Snapmared her over.
Flair Witch Project?
I understand.
That's great.
I got it. You're right. That was Snapmare over again. This was pretty fundamentally sound.
you know, I don't think Daphne wants David Flair back. I think she's had it. She just wants to beat up the woman that stole her from him.
She's fighting here, Scott, with emotion.
Hang on, they're very near the cake. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, if they get frosting on them, my God, I'm already excited beyond belief about this great athletic contest.
I know you are.
Wait, David's in the ring. Come on.
Someone needs to get him out of here.
Let her go, David, please. Oh, there you go.
It's his former fiancée. He is manhandling right there. What is he thinking?
Women in lingerie slapping men. This is unbelievable.
No. Mark Johnson believes it. What in the... Yikes.
You notice how easily she did that?
Like she's had experience.
Yes, I was thinking about that.
Oh, David, too.
We're seeing a lot more than we bargained for.
Wait a minute. I thought they were supposed to rip wedding gowns off.
Men without pants, women without wedding gowns. No.
Oh, and I want to tell you.
Men without nuts.
What?
I'm sorry.
That was a free shot. And now she's making her look it.
No, please.
They're not even married yet.
The spot of the year.
They're not even married yet. Miss Hancock, get hold of yourself.
Yes.
What is Hancock doing? Right, she's trying. There goes the wedding dress.
Can she get it off of Daphne?
Get it off of Daphne. I get
Come
it.
on.
Best way we can say it. And
There's David in the ring again.
what does he have? He's got those.
No way. Come on. This isn't funny anymore.
Come on, what are they trying to do? This is not a part of the match. Now the referee.
They're gonna shave her head.
No, forget the bald women. I want naked women.
Crowbar.
Crowbar's seen enough. He picks up.
Oh boy. The belly to back suplex.
Why is he interfering? Things were going so well.
Because it's Daphne and Hancock and nobody else. Get David out of there.
That's exactly right. Now Crowbar.
Now he's taking his pants off.
Oh yeah, why not?
I'm very uncomfortable right now, Hudson. I can imagine how you feel.
This is pretty funny actually. There's Crowbar in his boxers, David in his briefs, the referee in his underwear. Where are the women?
They're at. Oh!
A front suplex. And now what's he doing? What's Crowbar doing?
It's his pants. David Flair has suffered enough.
I'm not so sure. Oh, he wants.
Here we go.
He wants Daphne to cut the hair of David.
Wait a second. Hancock's got a mic.
I know what you people want to see.
I know what I want to see.
Quiet.
Hit my music.
Why is she doing this?
Music. At this hour?
This is
Oh my God!
This is a versionary tactic.
I'll say.
I think Daphne's
Wait
the
a
winner.
minute.
Miss Hancock took her own gown off.
That's it. The match is over. She took off her own wedding gown, so Daphne wins the match.
And look at
And we're all winners in so many ways.
Look at Switch out to the referee.
Oh no, Daphne has that cake.
Hello, Miss Hancock. Look at Miss Hancock.
Look at that shoulder. Oh man!
I don't think Daphne expected to win it like this, but in effect, I guess Miss Hancock. Oh, watch out when he kicks.
Clean up on
you
aisle
knew it
12.
was coming.
Clean up on aisle 12.
She's now. Well, bless her heart. She's finally having a good time.
Hey, would you guys care if I went over and joined in? This is kind of one of my fantasies.
Would you calm down?
What in the hell is going on here? Would someone?
This is great.
Officially, since no one's saying anything, Daphne wins it because Hancock took her own dress off, but it looks like Hancock is going to win David Flair but lose the match.
Hancock wins David Flair but loses the match. And look at the face of Daphne. What's she thinking right now?
She looks like Trent Reznor.
She looks like she's upset.
Well, she is upset.
She won the match, though, but did she win?
Well, we all won. We saw Hancock's almost naked rear end. But Daphne lost the match and her guy. Won the match, lost her guy, excuse me.
The match with Jeff Jarrett tonight. Wait a minute. Is Ox Baker still on the contract? I think we're still paying him. I don't know, somebody, we need to get somebody to go in that match and just maybe beat the hell out of Jeff. Where's that music coming from? He must be losing the man, working too hard.
Wow, as you see the Young Dragons in the back, I think it's very apparent as they're still cleaning up the ringside area here that the Cat's very concerned about the arrival, or so far the non-arrival, of Hulk Hogan.
It's supposed to be Jeff Jarrett and Hulk Hogan for the World Heavyweight Championship tonight here at Bash at the Beach. We haven't seen Hogan. The rumors spreading like wildfire over the last week, Tony. He wasn't at Nitro. He wasn't at Thunder. We don't know if he's here in Daytona Beach, Florida. He lives in Tampa. We're not too far away from Tampa. He could walk here if he had a mind to, but we haven't seen Hulk Hogan. The Cat invoking the name of Ox Baker, for Pete's sake, just to have somebody there to face Jeff Jarrett. Go right ahead, Smokey.
Maybe he's still hurt from when Goldberg nearly broke him in half with that jackhammer through the table.
You're defending Hogan?
Maybe he's scared of Jarrett.
I don't think he's scared of Jarrett.
Maybe he knows the Chosen One is the greatest WCW champion ever.
No, you're wrong again, but maybe he is not 100%, and maybe he is just taking his time. But maybe he's just playing with the mind of Jeff Jarrett, because of all the mind games that we have seen over the past few months since the infusion of the new blood. You go back years ago, one of the greatest players of mind games in the history of sports entertainment was Hulk Hogan. He's been in every big match there's ever been. He's been here before. So maybe it's the mind games.
I don't think that it's too far of a stretch to say that maybe Jeff Jarrett's the master psychologist at this point.
At this point.
At this point. And all that matters is right now, correct?
Well, in many ways, yes. And there's a lot of mind games going on. We saw Goldberg walk into the building with Scott Hall's contract tucked away neatly.
Sure looked like it.
Let's think about, we talked at the beginning of the telecast about what Bash at the Beach has meant to sports entertainment. It was here, we were talking about Hogan, in 1994. Not here, but in Orlando, just about 80 miles west of here, where Hulk Hogan's first match in WCW saw him become the WCW champion, defeat Ric Flair, Shaquille O'Neal at ringside. So we know the history there. But let's go back to 2 years later. It was in this building. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and then Hulk Hogan formed the NWO.
Hollywood Hogan.
Made Hollywood Hogan. He became Hollywood Hogan at that time, there's no question. So there's a lot of history in this building, a lot of history in this event. And for a Kevin Nash, you can understand how emotional he is, because Scott Hall is not only his longtime tag team partner, his closest friend in life. So he's fighting to get his tag team partner back. He's fighting to bring his best friend back into the sport that we have not seen since, what, Super Brawl? Since back in the month of February. So he is fighting on many fronts on a personal issue. So I think we're going to see tonight, when that match goes down between Kevin Nash and Goldberg, a more emotional, a more fired up, a more dedicated, determined Kevin Nash than we've ever seen.
As far as Hogan goes, 1994 was a long time ago. That was the start of the climb up the mountain in WCW for Hulk Hogan. Maybe this is it. Maybe Jeff Jarrett can do what so many have promised and no one's delivered on, and that stop Hulkamania dead in its tracks. Maybe. I never, ever underestimate Hulk Hogan. No doubt about that.
Did you see Kevin Nash in the interview earlier with me, Gene Oakland? What intensity. This is personal with Nash and Goldberg. We'll see that later, too.
The keg's been cleaned up, fans. We're going to go back to the ring. It's great to have you with us. This has been a night of visuals that we will never forget already. We're, only about 3 matches into it, right? And we're not done yet. The match for Scott Hall's contract, the match between Hogan and Jarrett, if it is going to go down, Obviously, a lot of panic going on in the back.
Can I interrupt for a second? Let's recognize Perfection Sean Stasiak, the event Chuck Palumbo, two of the greatest tag team wrestlers ever, two of the greatest tag team champions ever. These guys are just cutting a swath through World Championship Wrestling.
They don't even know how to take a tanning bed session without getting burned.
The accidental champions, Perfection Sean Stasiak.
Accidental?
That's them. And the accident ends tonight with the arrival of the most impressive physical specimens ever to grace the tag team ranks of World Championship Wrestling. You are looking over the massive shoulders of Brian Adams and Brian Clark. It's time for Chronic.
Will tonight be the night? There's no question they have been the perfect event, lucky so far, but will tonight be the night that Chronic realizes its dream, its determination? There is no question in our mind that ever since their arrival as a team in WCW, they have been picked, they have been tabbed as the most dominant team in WCW without the belt. I think it's a travesty they do not have the belts right now.
Yeah, but tonight they faced their toughest challenge in the perfect event, the WCW World Tag Team Champions. I will admit, it's tough to imagine Chronic leaving here without the titles. They're primed, they're ready, they're looking and wrestling better than ever. But give the perfect event this, gentlemen. They always, and I mean always, find a way.
Well, I'll tell you why they find a way, because this match will be 3-on-2. The two men are Chronic. The three across the ring, Palumbo, Stasiak, and that infernal Lex Flexor that always finds its way into the matches involving the tag team champions.
But you know, sometimes you can get so emotionally fired up in a match, like a Chronic, that you can say, bring on the Lex Flexor. You can accept it. You can get hit by it. You can keep coming back. Maybe they'll get that fired up here tonight.
Believe me when I tell you, there's nothing wrong when Chronic gets fired up as far as I'm concerned.
Here we go. It's for the WCW Tag Team Championship. Everybody's pointing to Chronic. This is going to be their night. If that is the case, what can Stasiak and Palumbo do to pull one out of their hats? Palumbo. Pull one out of their hats to remain the accidental champions once again. Or maybe will they step up to the plate for the first time ever?
Where's the real skinny guy, Woody, that's with Chronic? Without him there, they're at a decided disadvantage.
No, I'm not going to buy that one. The fact is, Chronic, part of the new blood at one time, but they were very uneasy. They were very upset that Bischoff and Russo would not give them an immediate title shot. So they forged their own way. And their own way has been dominating since their arrival in competition in tag team action in WCW. Watch out over the top.
We are talking grade A beef in this one. Perfection Sean Stasiak at 6'3", 260, the smallest man involved. And look at the power of Brian Adams.
Wow! Adams tossed Stasiak over the top like he was throwing a frisbee.
Stasiak's what, 260, 265. Solid pounds.
Perfect event needs to regroup. They are in the ring with two tag team specialists. They can't accidentally get their way to a victory here at Bash at the Beach. They may be heading to the showers.
See, you keep putting on the perfect event. They're the champs. They always find a way. You guys just refuse to recognize greatness. These guys are the champs. Ergo, they possess greatness.
Ergo? I don't agree with that at all. Because you have the, for how long were belts given to people? Just be in the right place at the right time.
Exactly. They walked into their championship reign. They have kept the belts by hook and by crook and by the Lex Flexor. This one, the Flexor's out there. Let's not forget about it. But Chronic is pumped, primed, and ready. They want tag team gold.
Nobody remembers how. They just remember how many. And I just hope that you guys are smart enough to give the perfect event credit if they are fortunate enough and skilled enough to beat Chronic here tonight. Give me that.
I will. If they face them head on, if they pin them, if they win it by regular means, we'll give them their credit. And that's a long time coming because this match has just started.
And I respect Chronic, too. I used to be hooked on Phonics. Now I'm hooked on Chronic.
To the side of the head, Stasiak hammering away. Ryan Clark caught in the corner. And there's Jamie Tucker, the referee. And that was a bad move by Stasiak. To turn his attention away from Clark when he had him in the corner. What was he thinking?
Brian Clark at 6'7", well over 300 pounds, is about to light perfection up like a Christmas tree.
Simply overpowering Stasiak, who seems to be frightened of this big man, Brian Clark, but then again, maybe not. Foot to the face. Clark caught him.
This is it. Uranagi suplex into the logo, and Shawn Stasiak is feeling it. The championship falling right through his fingers.
It is amazing. Clark and Adams, no matter what the Perfect Event hits them with, just keep going. Oh, straight ahead.
I wonder if a simple win for Chronic would be enough. I wonder if they want to just dominate, totally destroy these two men to make it clear-cut who the better team is. Well, Stasiak with a good move off of the ropes, ducking low with Brian. Oh! And he runs to a foot.
Well, now, I'm sure you'd agree if Chronic's smart, they'll get the belts first and worry about killing people later. Oh, no! Not the Fatty Boom Batty!
The full Nelson. And look at Columbia. As strong as he is. No way to get away from that at all.
It is amazing. Here's a cover, Tony.
One, and a save. Good move that time by Stasiak to make the save.
Well, look at Adams, just cut him off.
And it's not helping, or at least you would think it would help his partner at all, but Adams is so strong when Clark had the referee's attention. This powerhouse.
Well, isn't it how you keep titles, by going in helping your teammate? I mean, that's just common sense. You just don't want to give the Perfect Event credit no matter what.
Oh! Chuck Palumbo outside. Held the top rope. Brian Adams way over the top to the floor.
Teamwork, just like I said.
I want to tell you, we want to give them credit. We want to be able to give the World Tag Team Champions credit. We haven't been able to, but maybe now some time could be turning here a little bit. On the outside, double team, as Clark on the other end arguing with the referee. The Jericho, the broad shoulders of one Brian Adams. And Chuck Palumbo now is in charge on the outside.
Adams head bounced off that chair like a basketball off the parquet floor at the old Boston Garden. I don't want to sell Chronic short either, but to me, this is an even matchup.
Well, we're not used to seeing the Perfect Event in the driver's seat like this. Here's a count. 1, 2.
Whoa!
Oh, boy, he almost pinned him that time.
That was very close.
It sure was.
Chronic came into this contest thinking they were going to walk away with the title. Supremely confident. They just wanted to make a point and beat the Perfect Event right into the mat. Right now, they better be worried about winning the match.
You know when you wrestle your best? When you have to. Tonight, the Perfect Event has to, and they are.
And I wonder if they are trying to push it to a new level because they've heard the talk. They've heard the criticism from everyone, from fans to announcers to promoters. Maybe they not only want to win, they want to prove themselves here. 1, 2, could that be it? Could they maybe point to this match as their defining moment?
It certainly looks like it right now. They've taken everything Chronic has thrown at them, and they're in control. Admit it. I want to hear you admit it.
They're in control.
Very good. About time.
That's exactly what they are. Up. Palumbo. Sleeper hold. Palumbo's a big guy. We talk so much about the size of Adams and Clark, but we failed to talk about the size of Palumbo. He's got the sleeper. Look at his face. Very confident. He's got him down to one knee.
Nothing accidental about this one. Chuck Palumbo has Brian Adams in the sleeper. If he takes him to the canvas, it will be over legit, but Adams fights back.
Brian Adams. We're going to find out what he's made of, and I think we just found out. He broke away from a very lethal sleeper hold. But when he hit the ropes on the left side, he got nailed in the gut.
This is as good as I've seen Palumbo wrestle, and Stasiak's having a real good night, too.
I'm going to one-up you on that. This is the best we've seen them wrestle.
They're the champs.
And let's not forget also, we are seeing the Perfect Event cut the ring in half. Brian Adams, hang on!
2.
Oh, no! So close. Adams has been on the wrong side of the tracks almost the entire matchup.
It's all a part of it, Scott. Cutting the ring in half. To be a good tag team, not only do you have to perform when you're in the ring in a singles environment just like this, you have to be able to perform as a team. Cut the ring off. Quick tags. Keep a fresh man in. Keep the referee turned around if you can. That's what they're doing here. And right now they're in charge. Incredibly as that may sound. Another sleeper hold. This one from Stasiak.
Boy, the fans here really love Chronic.
What we are seeing is the perfect event as a team come together and unite and perform as World Tag Team Champions. These are not the accidental champions, the goofs in the production truck we've seen over the last few weeks. These men are actually doing it the right way. They are wrestling Chronic, and thus far, they are ahead, and they may retain, Mark.
One thing I want to point out, too, I have rarely, in fact, never, I'll say never, I've never seen Bryan Adams at a disadvantage for this long. He's one of the toughest men in the game. And oh, wait, Adams is coming out of this now. Adams just got that arm up at the last second. Now he's up on his feet. Is he a Superman or what?
Extra reserve from Bryan Adams. Second time this man has had to battle out of a sleeper hold. A sleeper hold from two very powerful, very large men.
Oh, no!
Man go down. That time their foreheads, I do believe, collided on the exchange.
Oh, you believe correctly that sickening thud of Bryan Adams and Perfection Sean Stasiak cracking in the center of the ring.
Who will make the tag first? Will it be Adams? Will it be Stasiak? Yes, it's going to be Stasiak. Adams reaching for the tag.
Here we go.
Here comes Bryan Clark.
Oh, as he wanted this.
And he's fresh. He's been waiting for quite a while. He's taking out both men. He stumbled though, but he regained his composure. He'll send him in on the other side. And he nailed him. Down goes Palumbo. Stasiak still in the ring. He'll try to make a quick cover, but no.
Teamwork.
That's what it was. Helping out your partner.
Whoa, over the top.
Speaking of teamwork, Adams sends him on the outside.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Could be meltdown time. Could this be it? Go, look out. Look at God. He escaped.
What an
I can't
escape.
believe it.
Oh,
What defensive wrestling. What a move by Palumbo.
What a DDT. That was absolutely out of the jaws of defeat.
we are seeing two men in Palumbo and Stasiak come into their own as professional wrestlers and as a tag team. They are taking the match to two tough veterans in Bryan Adams and Bryan Clark.
That was tremendous. From a meltdown one way to a DDT the other way. That was defense to offense in a heck of a hurry right there.
They are stepping it up. There is no denying that. And I think Chronic will be the first team to tell you that.
Hey, Chronic's wrestling a great match, too.
Yes, they are. Did they take him too lightly? Did they think it would be, excuse the pun, a cakewalk here?
You know what? Even when you underestimate an opponent, that's only for 5 minutes. Now they know what they're up against.
Stasiak comes off of the apron of the ring, and he sends Bryan Clark down. Clark cannot even get to his feet. Stasiak now has got to leave the fans alone here.
The referee has lost control of this one. They are brawling outside the ring all over the arena here.
What Stasiak did there shows that both teams know they're in a fight for their lives. How often does Stasiak fly off the apron to hit somebody? Answer, never. He did now because he knows he has to go the extra mile.
This is bad. Here's a cover. 1, 2, Stasiak. Good move by Palumbo.
Teamwork.
To keep the other man from making a save, but a kick out was still made by Bryan Clark on the inside. Double team. Stasiak and Palumbo. Are they moments away from winning the thing, from retaining the titles, or can Chronic pull out a victory? They are hitting now. Clark with everything.
And he is fighting the tag team champions by himself. Bryan Adams at ringside of no assistant. He's still recovering from the brutal assault he received earlier in this matchup.
But they need to concern themselves with the man in the ring and not the fans. Paying too much attention to the fans. Here's a double pickup. Oh, they pancaked him.
This is going to do it.
That's it. What's Adams doing?
It may not.
2 Adams made the save. Palumbo could not stop it. Bryan Adams has come back in with vengeance. Oh, my goodness. Shot him over the top rope.
That would have been it, except for Adams making a timely save.
Bryan Adams is an angry man right now. He's going to send Stasiak in. Oh, yeah.
Fireman's carrying to it. Somewhat of a DDT there. Oh, that shook up Sean Stasiak.
He hit hard on the side that time, on his shoulder. He may have hurt him. There you see Clark making the tag. Bringing Adams in. Bryan Adams, like a man possessed, first went to get Palumbo.
Turnabout fair play. Double teaming by Chronic.
Foot to the face and down goes Sean Stasiak.
Woo!
It could be.
Oh, it's time to burn one, I think.
It could be high time.
We may have new champions right now.
Right now, Stasiak cannot defend himself.
Now they'll figure out a way out of this. There's high time.
The high time. Watch Palumbo the left. 1. No.
Told you, teamwork. Teamwork, teamwork, teamwork.
Palumbo stopped it. Palumbo stopped it by coming in at the right time. That was their move. Now what can they do? What will they do next to try to dethrone the World Tag? Or maybe another high time?
Wait, you can't burn 2 in a row!
You sure can.
Oh, no. Come on, Chuck, figure out something!
Oh, there's always time for another high time.
There's the leg flexor. There's the third man you talked about, Scott Hudson, but he got it knocked out of his hand.
It's still in the ring. The impact of that high time shook the announce position 15 feet away.
What are they doing now?
I have no idea what they're doing. Double team up. Oh, oh, oh. 1, 2, 3.
We've got new champions. We have got new tag team champions. We just saw a tremendous wrestling contest.
We did. We witnessed it at Bash of the Beach. Both men, both teams, all 4 men pushed it to the limit. They are the World Tag Team Champions, and even you, Mark Madden, gotta admit, they deserve it here tonight.
Hey, I love Chronic. I can't get enough of Chronic, but you gotta admit, Tony Schiavone, that the Perfect event was awesome, and you gotta admit they'll be back. They'll be back. Hey, you'll be back. You guys will be back.
There's no question.
16,000 on their feet in Daytona
What a
Beach,
match!
Florida.
What a match!
The perfect event. Their
What
reign
a
is
match!
Stay there. Wait a minute.
Hang on a minute. Oh, no. Chuck, come on. Palumbo's going nuts.
Go back to the commissioner's office.
Yeah, at the James Brown concert. Man, you would not believe it. Listen, I'm looking for it here. Hold on. Man, I keep hearing this music.
Hey, time's running out. Where's Hogan at? I've got Screaming Mimi here, but no sign of Hogan. You better produce him, because I'm getting real bored. If you don't, I'm going to start screwing with your show, Cat.
What does he mean by that? Gonna start screwing with his show.
He's the world champ. He has the stroke.
Has a stroke. The Cat's into panic mode now.
That heavy-set woman may have a stroke if she doesn't drop a couple.
Where is Hollywood Hulk Hogan? Did you hear that music?
I don't know where the hell did that music come from.
Well, every time we hear the music.
Oh!
Oh, the Young Dragons attack.
Why are they doing this? They've got nunchucks.
Well, I'll tell you what happened, Mark. The Cat told them they did a good job on Thunder, so they're going to keep it up here at Bash at the Beach.
Well, the Cat is down. He's been wiped out in the back.
They wiped out the whole darn office.
Good.
The Cat has problems on many, many levels. All right, on we go. Before this next match gets underway, I want to remind you, we haven't really talked about it, but we need to tell you we are going to have a graveyard match coming up between the Demon and Vampiro, where they're going to fight in the graveyard, we understand. And the first man to make it back to the ring with the graveyard will be the winner. Former tag team partners will collide. Will Hollywood Hulk Hogan show up to face Jeff Jarrett? What's going on there? In addition, the battle for the contract of Scott Hall and what may be the end of Hall and Nash forever.
Can we acknowledge the master of the canyon cutter for 1 second?
Yes, okay.
That's plenty of time.
In fact, if you guys like, I could disrupt the flow of the broadcast by plugging 100 or so book signings. God knows we've done it before.
You sold 100? You wrote 3 digits, huh? Tremendous.
We have not sold one book.
You can't prove that, Rusty. Now here is a magnificent athlete. He doesn't necessarily walk on my side of the street, but they don't come any better than Booker T, gentlemen.
Booker T is awesome. There is no question.
I think Mark Madden just threw his hip out doing the DDP bang.
Doing the canyon cutter bag.
That's right. Let's get it right. We do not need to call anything.
Look, my man's lining him up for the canyon cutter already.
We do not need to reference DDP at all when you reference a Chris Positively Canyon.
That's right.
Two different people.
Why talk about the Xerox copy when you can praise the original Chris Canyon?
Wrong. Rewind that, reverse it. And Booker T, I want to tell you, if any man is ready, it's Booker T.
Hey, do you guys think Hogan's going to show up? What do you think?
I I don't know.
I don't know if he's here or not. We haven't heard. And the cat's still scrambling backstage.
It looks as if not.
I hate to think what that fat Viking lady's going to do if there's no Jared Hogan match.
Listen to the crowd.
She'll go back to catering.
Booker T. Booker T is their chant. It gets this great athlete fired up.
Were they chanting that?
Yes, they were chanting Booker T.
This is an author in Positively Canyon doing battle with his harshest critic. I think Booker T did not give a rave review to the Positively Canyon story.
It was a great tale, a tale of triumph.
Right.
Through all of that, Positively Canyon, when you strip away this bogus imitation that he's going through at DDP, is a fine competitor. He's proved it many times. He lost his haircut.
Positively Canyon is wearing DDP's tight notes. I mean, they're real baggy because Page had the knee braces and the rib wrap, and I think he wore an extra big cup.
It's a version of his tights. You think he actually stripped the man of his attire? He stripped him of his dignity. He and his wife, or his former wife, and Eric Bischoff
You
stripped
have to
DDP
have
of all his
dignity
dignity.
before you can lose it, okay?
That's right. I agree with that.
I might wear
Canyon has none.
I might wear Kimberly's tights at some point. I'd love to get into her pants.
Plenty of discussion about that already.
You don't stop, do you, Matt? You just forget it. Back in the ring, a right hand by Positively Canyon.
Big right hands.
Canyon. And here comes the chant of Booker T once again on the tape. The fans are behind this man. Holds his own. Sends Canyon in. Measuring for the, maybe the diamond cutter that time.
Canyon cutter.
Tough back. Drop kick off the ropes. And Positively Canyon just got positively KO'd.
But Booker's not done.
Well, that makes me spit. He hit him so hard.
He racked his head that time, and now, this should have been done a long time ago.
Why?
Taking off the DDP t-shirt, disrobing Canyon. Took the hairpiece away, took the t-shirt away, and now looks like he's going to get the book as well.
Hey, he has to pay for that.
Good. Wait a minute.
The brick.
Somebody put a brick in Canyon's book.
Yeah, Booker has felt the brick before.
It's a better read with the brick in it, actually.
I resent that.
He tossed the brick away. He's doing this sans brick.
The referee dumped it. You're right, Scott.
Hey, I'm Canyon's co-author. I'm his friend. I'm his fan. The Booker is awesome. There's no denying that.
But the book remains in the corner. What's going on? Booker T pointing towards the ring post. Watch out! No!
Over the rail.
Towards the fans, near side, safety rail.
Bon Jovi is going to be so upset if Canyon gets hurt.
Underneath the bottom rope, Booker. You know, he can push a match to the limit and seemingly not even break a sweat. Up on top. This could be it. 1, 2. Canyon kicks out.
Booker's dominating. What's going on here?
You're surprised?
I mean, a little. I mean, that's the master of the candy cutter in there.
But he's against Booker T, a phenomenal athlete, 7-time television champion, 9-time World Tag Team champion. The man has proven himself. Canyon has proven nothing except he can steal a gimmick with the rest of them.
Canyon's proven plenty. He proved something right there by Dozy Doe and Booker T right into the rail.
Let's not forget the anger that Booker T felt when you talked about it earlier, the read of Canyon. Canyon, the instigator here. Booker just standing up for his own rights, standing up, trying to stand on his own 2 feet, literally right now. But can't, oh my goodness. Oh Lord.
Hey, it's a step up for Booker right now.
Those steel steps are very heavy.
What does Canyon do?
I don't know.
He's the innovator of offense, whatever he wants.
Oh, man. The steel chair hits those steel steps, and the pressure, and the force, and the vibration that steel across the body, across the arm of Booker T.
That is exactly what
Candy cutter, Candy cutter.
wanted to do. He wanted to concentrate on the back of Booker T. I don't know if he knows something about a weakness for Booker. Remember, the career killer Mike Awesome did some serious damage to Booker T a couple of months ago. Maybe Canyon knows something, and that's why he's concentrating on the back area of Booker T.
That's a good point. Booker T was taken out of action for about 2 weeks, and he's going to the lower back, a baseball slide drop kick on the lower back, pushed the front side up against the hard ring post that time.
What a great move. The Innovator offense. Boots to the back, ribs to the ring post. He sandwiched Booker in all directions with a sandwich full of pain right there.
Booker saw Canyon as symptomatic of a problem, a symbol of the bad things that have gone on that were wrong with WCW. He singled Canyon out. He said, I'm going to take care of this guy.
Get down!
And that's what he's trying to do here tonight. Nicely done by Canyon.
Suplex from the apron by Positively Canyon from the middle rope.
What balance. The guy could be a tightrope walker.
Very well.
Is it
done.
over?
1, 2.
Yeah! That was 3. That was 3. I know that was 3.
It was nowhere near 3.
It was close.
It was 2, and he kicked out. And now Canyon having problems with the fans at ringside.
Look at the Innovator offense. Look at the master of the Canyon Cutter. He is in control.
Can Booker T take Canyon down? Can he right what he thinks has been a wrong in WCW? What has been a leech on WCW?
Now they're chanting Canyon's name.
Yeah, in a much different vein. Now the chair wedged between top and middle turnbuckle pad.
Look at Booker. He's trying to get to his feet. This guy just can't be stopped.
Booker is not only a phenomenal athlete, he's a fighter. You measure athletes by athletic ability, but by heart, determination, perseverance. He's got it all, but also Canyon. No, power slam. Power slam got him down. 1, 2. No, Sari kicked out in 2.
Oh, did Canyon walk right into that power slam? That chair is still wedged in the corner. But now Booker T in control of the matchup.
And now with that chair wedged in the corner, guys, it's a problem for Canyon as much as Booker T. Booker T put the brakes on. Booker T caught up top. Canyon's got him. Booker trying to find a place.
Come on,
to
Chris,
hook
push,
on to.
push.
Oh, get it. Oh, lower back really hard. 1, 2. Whoa. Oh, he barely kicked out. That was an amazing kick out. Did you see how hard his lower back hit on the mat?
These are 2 amazing athletes. I want to hear you 2 say it. Don't be so prejudiced. Give credit where it's due.
Okay, athletic ability, these are 2 amazing athletes.
I wish you guys would learn to be impartial.
Inside the ring, Positively Canyon, a tremendous athlete. Booker T, for my money, Madden, a little bit better. But Canyon is
that
the
reverse
innovator
busted
of
crowd.
And now the referee checking with Booker. This move after that power bomb or that shot that he took with the lower back, maybe crippling the Booker.
It's after the entire match where Positively Canyon concentrated on the back, especially the lower back of Booker T.
This will hurt your lower back, your neck. If you have fillings, they'll fall out. Your knees hurt too.
Now he's using his leg strength to get out of it. 1, 2.
Did he grab his tights?
Yes.
And a roll up by Canyon to 2 the other way. Great exchange, both men. Back and forth they go. And they're not done yet. Now they go. Forearm shot to the forehead. Canyon scraping to get to his feet, but Booker is relentless.
Oh, into the chair. Oh, Booker used that chair for a weapon.
Cover 1, 2.
No.
Canyon got the foot on. He couldn't get those shoulders up. He flopped the right foot over in the nick of time. Pushing it to the limit again. We've seen it so many times tonight, and we're seeing it once again.
Wait a minute, Canyon is near that book. The brick, remember? Wait a minute, the referee's taking a chair for Booker T.
He's got the book. He's got the book.
What do you expect? Booker had a chair. Book against the chair. Booker still had the advantage.
Yeah, but the brick's not it.
That's it, count it.
Was the brick in the book?
No, he got it up easy. There's the brick over near the bell.
Well,
Look, Canyon was shocked.
So why is Booker down? The force of Canyon's blow was just spin-a-rooney, spin-a-rooney, spin-a-rooney.
Here we go.
He was playing possum. Harlem sidekick.
The book didn't have a brick, and Booker T is on top of Positively Canyon.
That's the veteran Booker T in action. He's not done. Into the gut. Fans are with him. Sets him up. Axe kick.
Oh, what impact.
Where'd the brick go? Who took the brick out? I mean, I know it's by the bell. Somebody's trying to mess with Canyon.
Pick up. The bookend. 1, 2. He kicked out for the bookend.
What resilience! What resilience by Canyon. Positively Canyon. He's staying positive.
The kid's got a picture.
Here comes the champ.
Jeff Jarrett with
The acoustic equalizer. That is interference. Where's the cat? That's outside of interference. Where is our commissioner?
What's the ramifications going to be in this one?
Yeah, the cat won't like that. The cat will not like that.
or did the Cat put him up to it?
Well, Canyon was on the verge of dominating the match anyway, but the Cat will still be mad.
Yeah, Les, we saw the Camels laid out.
Wait, Canyon Cutter! He can deliver this a million different ways. You never see it coming. Oh, man! Canyon Cutter, that's it! Count it, Tony, count it!
Not this way, no, 1, 2, no, 3.
That is a travesty!
Yeah!
That's a tragedy. Our world champion. Outside interference with the acoustic equalizer. Waffle Booker T. And positively Canyon gets the Duke.
And obviously Jeff Jarrett living up to his promise of screwing with the Cat show.
What's the Cat gonna say, Tony?
Or the Cat's back to his feet yet from the beating he took from the Young Dragons.
I mean, the better man won. It was positively great, positively terrific, positively Canyon.
And one of the biggest wins of his career as we take you backstage.
Hey, Mr. Muscles. Mike. Mike?
Can't you see I'm trying to get myself booked over here? Chill.
Yeah, I see it, but what I really want to know is,
Come on.
What about
Come on. No, don't go.
what about the U.S. title with Big Papa Pump tonight?
Big Papa Pump. You want to know about Big Papa Pump? I'll tell you about Big Papa Pump. I've beat him twice already, and after tonight it's going to be a trifecta. And by the way, just because you can't be as hot as her doesn't mean you have to be jealous of her, okay?
Thank you, Pamela.
Get Mike Awesome's eyes checked.
Hey, that big girl's hot.
Well, you would be too if you're wearing fur in these TV lights.
The bigger the cushion, the better the pushing. By the way, you know who that heavy girl's favorite wrestler is?
Who?
Shane Douglas. She thinks he's the French fries.
That is ridiculous. That is not. Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. The suspension is over. He's in the house in Daytona.
And let's set the record straight. We saw this past week the efforts of Mike Awesome to prove that he beat Scott Steiner via the countout. The fact is, Scott Steiner is still the United States heavyweight champion, and he will defend that belt here. That is not really taking anything away from Mike Awesome, the career killer.
Mike Awesome's undefeated against Scott Steiner, but that does not change the fact, even for a second, that Scott Steiner may be the toughest man on the planet. It doesn't change the fact that Scott Steiner can break anybody in half he wants. I believe he nearly broke Nadege in half last night.
He is the United States heavyweight champion. And he dares anyone to take that title from him tonight. It's the career killer, Mike Awesome.
What will Awesome have to do to defeat Scott Steiner, to dethrone Scott Steiner? I would think that Awesome has to be at his very, very best. Better than he's ever been, and he's been very, very good since his arrival in WCW.
Doesn't Scott Steiner have to be at his very best? Mike Awesome is one dominant wrestler.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I've never seen Scott Steiner looking bad.
I wonder if Badeja has seen the cover of Iron Man with Big Papa Pump with two other freaks.
Nadege is not possessive.
I'll say.
Whoever shows up gets in the game when it comes to Scott Steiner's team.
Mike Awesome does not lack for confidence, but I wonder what is really going through his mind. I wonder if this confidence is a mere guise.
No!
Or not.
That'll knock your confidence right off.
Steiner, Big Papa Pump, did the right thing. Take the early advantage to, oh no, back body drop into the front row. And
This
now,
one is going to be a war, Tony.
yes, it is. It already is. Awesome! Goes airborne across the safety ring. He decks Big Papa Pump, and the fight goes on up the aisleway in the ringside area. Look at him go.
This is good strategy by Awesome. You can't wait for Scott Steiner to come to you. You have to go right after him. But now Scott Steiner, well, he's rebounded a bit, hasn't he?
Yeah, got him angry is what he did, Scott.
Inside the ring is Scott Steiner's home. That's where he lives and breathes. The brawling, you may want to give the edge to Mike Awesome. Mike Awesome, a perfect strategy. Take Scott Steiner out of the ring, out into a brawl outside, but right now, the strategy not looking too good.
It may be Awesome strategy because he loves to use a table, and we've seen him with ambulances putting guys away. Well, I don't know if any place is an advantage when you're fighting Scott Steiner. That time he picked him up and body slammed him on the concrete floor.
What are both these guys thinking? I mean, you have to have some element of fear in your head here, don't you, Tony?
Well, you've got to put that fear out. When you go into the ring against Steiner, you go against the ring against Austin, you realize there's a certain factor of injury. You've got to put the fear out. You got to be fearless, even though maybe deep down in your heart you have concern.
These guys scare me, I'll tell you that.
Concern cannot spread to fear. With that, you could not perform. Just ask any of the top superstars in sports entertainment. I would say that the annex of Awesome has the dander up that Scott Steiner has him angry. But Steiner wrestles Scott as an angry man anyway.
Every match Scott Steiner's in, he is ripped up mad. This one's no exception, but take a look. We just saw these two athletes brawl all the way to the concession stands and back. The referee, Jamie Tucker, let him brawl. As long as you don't interfere, we've relaxed those DQ rules in World Championship Wrestling. We're going to find a winner. Straight clean up in the middle, too.
You're right about Steiner's intensity. Scott shows up mad, and then the adrenaline takes over. That's pretty scary.
But remember, Mike Awesome just had a block run on him by Conor Paulshock backstage. He was putting moves on the Screaming Meanie.
Got the foot. Awesome not done yet. I want to tell you, Awesome is not intimidated at all. He got the foot. He said something to the fans. Gives himself a jolt of confidence, but Scott Steiner one step ahead. A lot of reserve in that big body of Scott Steiner. Look how put together he is. Look at his back and his arms, his shoulders.
Wow, wow, wow!
Over the top. Oh, my God! From the heavens. A belly-to-belly with a turnbuckle. 2, 3.
Now somehow Awesome kicked out of that.
I can't believe he kicked out of it.
Awesome came to play. Steiner came to play. This one could last an awful long time, too.
That's exactly right. What's it going to be? What one move is going to be the difference? Who's going to come up with it? Who's going to have the reserve to win the U.S. title? Look at Steiner. So much strength in those castle arms. Holds him up, drops him across the knee for the backbreaker. And he's not done yet. A lot of fuel left in the tank as well. He goes back again. Could it be a suplex here? Good block there by Austin. Boy, Austin really fighting back for all he's worth. Hit Austin! Oh! Austin with raw power. How about that? Scott Steiner at 285 pounds. He picked him up and draped him over the top of the rope.
Well, let's see, how did the rope withhold that impact?
Hit Austin. I want to tell you, Awesome showed us a heck of a lot on that exchange.
Awesome hurt his back, dropping that elbow from the ring apron to the floor, though. That'll take its toll on the guy who gives it as much as the guy who takes it.
I'm sure some of these guys would tell you, like an Awesome like a Steiner, if you would think through some of these high-risk maneuvers, maybe you wouldn't do them. But in the heat of the battle, in the midst of the battle, you let your emotions take over. Maybe cloud your better judgment. And now on the outside, it's the safety rail that fells Big Papa Pump.
That's good analysis, Tony. Sometimes you're in the middle of executing a move. It's good. Oh, he has that bell. He has that bell. Oh.
And he rang his bell.
Sometimes you're in the middle of executing a high-risk move, and you're saying to yourself, why am I doing this? But then it's done, and he's hurt, you're hurt, and it's time to go on to the next high-risk move.
Now what's going on here? The chair.
Don't show that mullet sign. He's not a mullet.
Right, he's a mullet head. But right now, he's a mullet head with a steel chair doing a number on a United States champion.
At least he has hair, Scott.
And let's go back to applaud the referees and the men in charge, even with the cat, wherever he is right now, relaxing the rules. Could easily be a count out right here, or even a disqualification, but the referee, Jamie Tucker, is letting him go. That's what the fans want to see. Oh.
Still no word on if Hollywood Hulk Hogan has shown up here in Daytona. What will happen with the World Heavyweight Championship if Hogan isn't here?
Scott Steiner has known a weakness in his lower back throughout his career. Obviously, that's a focal point of not only Mike Awesome, but anyone. And he has taken some horrific shots on the outside. Not only the bell to the head, but the steel chair to the small of the back, the safety rail. Now, you gotta wonder how much is left in the U.S. Heavyweight Champion amount of comeback here. Oh, the big spring. What a move that was. Could be a 1, 2.
Wow, what a night so far here at Bash at the Beach. The tag title's already changed hands, and Mike Awesome looks like he's fixing to take the U.S. title from Scott Steiner. We've had such even matchups so far. It's been incredible. Big move from the top rope by Awesome Mike Awesome.
2 count, and you saw the commissioner, the cat.
Mike Awesome just that close to becoming United States Heavyweight Champion, but as important, getting a pinfall victory over Scott Steiner. Those aren't easy to come by. No, Steiner reversed it.
But does he have enough? The commissioner, the cat, finally regrouped from the beating he took in the back, and he's out to watch firsthand what's gone down here.
We know that Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump, has an issue with the cat. The cat, doesn't seem to be in a hurry to get in there.
That's the setup move by Steiner. That's what he likes to use.
Oh, no, you don't. No. No, you don't.
Cat knew it.
No, you don't.
He knew exactly. He knew exactly.
He hit the boss. He wiped out the commissioner. Oh, Awesome. Oh, double shot.
Try to underhook, double underhook, but Awesome. Awesome's got him up. Awesome could be the new champ. 1, 2.
No.
He escaped. I don't know how. I don't know how.
Sheer power in his legs. Scott Steiner kicked out for that roll through double leg pinfall attempt. Awesome should by all rights be the United States champion.
Well, the cat's obviously out here to make sure Scott Steiner does not use the Steiner recliner, which he banned not too long ago.
Could this be the night for Mike Awesome? Could this be his night? Could it be one move away? Oh! He connects. It could be right there. 1, 2. He hooked the leg a little bit too late. Scott Steiner got out of it.
These guys are warriors. This is incredible.
What do you do if you're Scott Steiner? The cat has taken away your best, most fierce weapon, your most feared weapon in the Steiner recliner. How does Scott Steiner regroup and beat this seemingly immovable force in Mike Awesome?
I think we all know there's a lot more to Scott Steiner than the Steiner recliner. Let's see what he can use here.
Scott Steiner just likes the Steiner recliner because it really hurts.
Of course it does. Love the submission. Back elbow. Into the referee. Referee goes down. Steiner goes down.
And the cat's going up.
Here's the commissioner. He's out. The commissioner looking for a little payback from what went down. No! Kick Mike Awesome.
Oh, yeah! How would you like to do that to your own boss? The cat just got belly to belly.
Belly to belly. 1, 2.
Awesome's in the ropes.
He kicked out as well. Referee did not see he was in the ropes, but he kicked out. The referee saw that. The referee's back up, and we are back to one-on-one status quo. Belly to belly.
Oh, no, you don't.
The sign.
Don't you do that. I tell you what, I'm going to strip you of your title if you put that on him. That's an illegal move. Now, have spoken.
The hothead is decided.
Referee, strip him right there. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. I'll strip you of your title.
The cat has stripped him of the title. The cat has ended the match.
Let him go.
Hey, it is an illegal move. It is an illegal move.
Wait a minute. Mike Awesome's the new U.S. champ. Scott Steiner is chasing the commissioner.
Well, I don't know if Mike Awesome gets the title here. I mean, the cat stripped Scott Steiner of the belt.
That's what I heard. I don't know if he's awarding it to Mike Awesome or not, but he most definitely stripped Scott Steiner.
Whoa! Oh, my God!
A table suplex on his neck.
Nobody throws a suplex like Big Papa Pump.
That heap of flesh you see in the ropes used to be Mike Awesome. That is Scott Steiner.
Scott Steiner, you said it earlier, was a warrior. Both men were warriors during this match.
It was great. It was great.
Pushed to the limit. The fact is, though, that Scott Steiner has been stripped of the United States Heavyweight Championship by the cat. He walked away with the belt. Didn't really give it to Mike Awesome. Steiner does not win the match. I want to tell you, though, those guys pushed it to another limit here on Bash of the Beach.
What a show we have seen. Master Lock got their money's worth here in Daytona. match after match, right off the charts. We don't know who the United States heavyweight champion is, if it is anyone, and we don't know if Hollywood Hulk Hogan is in the building.
Hey, if Steiner doesn't have it, I say give it to Austin. He certainly earned his money in that match. And Hogan, is he here? Is he scared of Jarrett? Is he still hurt? A lot of questions yet to be answered tonight here at Bash at the Beach.
A lot of things going on in the ring. We're going to take you, we understand, to the graveyard. It's time for the graveyard match. Vampiro and the Demon. The winner is the man who can battle and make it back to the ring in the arena here at the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach. So understand, we're going to go to the graveyard right now.
Asia, stay back.
No, I'm going with you.
Fine. Charles, you watch out for her.
Okay. He's gonna take care of me.
Charles Robinson looks real happy to be refereeing this graveyard match.
There is Asia along with the Demon Dale Torborg, and obviously looking for Vampiro, a man who is right at home in the graveyard.
Where is Vampiro, the Demon, the dark side of Dale Torborg, staggering, stalking his opponent, but he doesn't know where he is?
Why would people keep battling Vampiro on his own turf in the graveyard? It boggles my mind, guys.
Oh, there's a coffin. The element of shock. They think Vampiro's in the coffin.
Not in there!
It's just a dead guy.
Vampiro! Where are you?
Vampiro's winning the mind games right now, guys.
Well, the Demon is lost in it, and
Yeah,
I
he
don't
really-
think a mad demon is anything anyone wants to mess with, unless you're Vampiro in a graveyard.
But you can understand the anger of the Demon. Remember what's happened to him over the past few weeks, what's happened to his fiancée, the fear that he went through of the unknown of Vampiro.
Oh, God.
There
He's
he
in
is!
the tree. He was in the tree. And now, as looks like the flashlight, one of our only sources of light here, as best we can, these two men are...
Vampiro missing with a drop out of the tree. That may have been the game plan to get the upper hand early, and the Demon sidestepped it, and the Demon's on top.
And that ground is harder than the mat, boys. A lot of pain being inflicted out there on old terra firma.
How appropriate this is being fought in a graveyard. Listen to these guys taunting each other. It seems like maybe Vampiro doing most of the taunting. He is one of the masters of the mind games. Caught him that time with a kick in the chest.
It was
now,
one month ago at the Great American Bash when Vampiro... They talking more taunting going on from Vampiro. Vampiro set Sting on fire, dropped him 45 feet through the stage.
Is that what's going through the mind of the Demon? Could he feel that he
Join
could
me.
be next? Maybe he's the next man to go up in flames.
To you, what I've done to Sting.
I think he said, don't
that-
make me do to you what I've done to Sting. Was that Asia?
I think Asia. Asia planted a kick in the back of Vampiro.
Remember, the winner is the man who makes it back to the arena, who survives the graveyard.
Stay down there.
Is that an open grave?
All right?
Yes.
Vampiro is in the grave.
Keep an eye on the grave.
No!
I was going to say the Demon has the advantage. He's on the upper ground, but Vampiro, even the odds, they are fighting, Lordy, in an open grave.
This is magnificent, brutal, and disgusting. All at the same time, they're fighting in a grave.
Look, oh, wait a minute.
The Demon is in the grave, and Asia is
no.
wide open. Come on!
He's stalking Asia. He's stalking the fiancé of the Demon, Dale Torborg.
What's he gonna do to
I
Asia
don't
now?
know. I don't know. What's he? Where's
Told
he
you.
going?
I tried to help you. You wouldn't listen.
Tried to help him.
Tried to help her what?
The Demon's still down. Charles Robinson. How about this? The Demon. The Demon trying to pull himself. Where's Vampiro gone with Asia?
Where is he?
He took Asia that way.
No.
I'll wait here. Alone? Wait for me.
Charles Robinson, discretion being the better part of valor there, giving chase.
Now this isn't over. The winner is the first guy to get back here to the arena. Correct?
Right now, it's essentially a foot race is what it is. But remember, Vampiro has Asia, but Demon is many, many steps behind. Where is this race going to lead them?
What happened?
There's Asia.
Thank God.
Come on, baby. What happened? What did he do?
Oh, wait! He came out! Oh my God! Oh my God! Vampiro was waiting for him!
This is Florida. There could be alligators in that water somewhere.
There could be anything in that water.
He came out of the water like an alligator, didn't he?
Vampiro's gonna try to drown him!
The dark side of two athletes has risen right before our very eyes in the graveyard. The Demon and Vampiro.
Hey, one guy on fire a couple weeks ago, a month ago actually, maybe a guy's gonna drown. It's amazing.
Yeah, all the elements, right? The master of all the elements. Oh! Asia is traumatized. Look at her.
What did he do to Asia?
I don't know. Maybe
What
just
put her in this state?
Just putting his hand, and he's still got her.
Now is Torberg unconscious in the water? That obviously wouldn't be too good for him.
He's still I guess he left him to drown. He's still in the water. What motivates this man?
This is really getting on my nerves, Asia.
The referee,
thank goodness,
has gone into the water to fish out the demon.
We went that way, Demon.
We've gone to new boundaries now.
Now it's a foot race back, but then again, it looked like a foot race a few moments ago when Vampiro attacked the Demon springing out of the water. Boy, nothing is as it seems when it comes to Vampiro.
Vampiro's got a head start, heading back toward the Ocean Center, assuming that's where he's going. You never know. This nut could be hanging from a tree somewhere like a vampire bat.
That's what he is. He's Vampiro.
Once again, the race is on to get back to the arena. I do not know how far away they are, to be honest with you. We were not privy to the location. It could be miles. It could be hundreds of yards. I'm not sure.
Right now, the Demon is thinking, do I get back to the arena and get in the ring and win the match or save Asia?
That's what he's... Oh, Asia.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Lord.
Wake up. Come on. Wake
He's
up.
in the coffin.
You knew it. Oh, and he spit that liquid in the Demon's face.
Moment of truth, Dale. You ready to live or die? Huh? You gonna join me? Never!
Wants him to join him?
Join him in what?
To be like that sicko?
You couldn't beat me. You should have joined me.
Oh, my God.
Like part of a tombstone, and concrete tombstone, he broke over his head. He's out.
Did his head shatter or did the tombstone shatter?
Yes.
Or maybe both.
Oh, no.
The Demon is unconscious. Dale Torborg is unconscious.
Yeah, he's limp.
He's dead weight.
In the water, through
It's
the
better to
dirt.
burn out.
What is this? What is this symbolic
It's
of?
over.
It's over. He's got to get back to the ring now, to the arena. What's next?
No, for Pete's sake,
Is this insult?
There's a man in there.
Threw him in a grave.
Say hi to Sting.
Is he gonna like?
Say had a sting, and he
When you
threw.
see him in hell.
Oh, please.
Oh, look at that! Look at that vision! Look
What
at that sight!
contempt for his opponent.
What contempt for the world, for his fellow man.
Why would you battle Vampiro on his own terms, though? Why would anyone?
The only thing, if the Demon is conscious, what is going through his head? He's trapped in an open grave.
Franchise, after turning your back on Buff Bagwell, you claim, of course, that you carried this guy on your back during your WCW Tag Team title reign. Tonight, we're going to find out what the case is, and I doubt that you had the upper hand.
Well, you know, Gene, in this life, in this sport, there are a few guarantees. There are a few things that you can chuck down and say, you know, at the end of the night, things will be exactly as you guarantee them to be or expect them to be. You've known me for a long time, Gene. I've made few guarantees in this sport, but I will make this guarantee. Buff Bagwell, you are a great wrestler, but you're not greater than a franchise. Buff Bagwell, tonight you and I will enter that ring and we will fight like two gladiators. But fans, you can mark it down on your calendars. You can mark it down as a guarantee from the franchise. Tonight, I will defeat you, Buff Bagwell. Why? Because I'm a franchise. Why? Because I'm just that damn good.
Guaranteed?
Guaranteed.
Reminder, with the order of Bash the Beach, you got a chance to be Goldberg's guest manager. One grand prize winner will be the envy of millions. He escorts Goldberg to the ring at a future WCW event. Plus 3,000 lucky first prize winners will receive a Goldberg action figure. Enter sending your cable or satellite bill indicating the purchase of WCW Bash to the Beach to the address on your screen. Deadlines for entry September 25th of 2000.
Now, are we eligible to win that?
What do you think?
He's buff, and he's the stuff, and he is at the beach in Daytona.
Let me ask you a question. Did I hear the franchise right? Did he guarantee a win over Buff Bagwell?
Over the years, yes, he did. Over the years, we have heard one guarantee after another. Most of the time, it plays out. The franchise has made the guarantee. He will beat that man, his former partner and World Tag Team Champion Buff Bagwell.
Shane Douglas, the franchise from Beaver County, PA, just outside Pittsburgh, home of Joe Namath, who made a pretty famous guarantee back in Super Bowl III.
I understand that, but what makes Buff so positive, or what makes the franchise so positive that he can defeat Buff Bagwell here tonight?
I can only assume he has a plan. Franchises always do.
Well, he must. He's made a guarantee. There is more than bad blood between the two former World Tag Team Champions. Two men who were really on the front line of the rising of the new blood of Russo Bischoff. They were two of the tag team wars of the chosen one.
In a way, it's kind of sad because I think Buff Bagwell and the franchise could have been tag team champions for a long, long time, but the egos clashed, and here we are, mano against mano at the Beach Show.
They blame each other. Let's not forget that. Buff Bagwell suspended for unprofessional conduct. That cost him bookings, it cost him money, and in the mind of the franchise, it cost him a chance to regain the tag team title. Buff Bagwell feels that the franchise was out of control and not a team player, that this team was doomed from the start because of the franchise ego.
So what you're saying is it was Buff's fault. You're right, I agree.
I'm not saying that at all.
The fans, at the behest of Buff Bagwell, get on the franchise. And the franchise having problems with it. Fans and Buff realize how easy it is to get under the skin of Shane Douglas, the franchise, and Buff is using that to his advantage. But one can, I guess, can maybe understand when you have two men with such egos. Maybe there were problems that were in the works even before Buff's 30-day suspension. Maybe not. They were a great tag team. But now they are no more. And here we go, one-on-one. And you're talking about bitter rivalries we've seen tonight at Bash at the Beach. Here's another example here. Who's going to prevail? And what's it going to take to win for either man?
How do you guarantee victory, too? Because if you guarantee victory and you come up short, boy, you look like a total bozo. And I know the franchise, known him for many years. He must have something up his sleeve, but what? What could it possibly be?
Right now, we have two men doing battle who blame the other for the fact that they are no longer at the top of the sport in the franchise, almost on top of the guardrail. They were high atop the tag team division until the egos separated it. You are seeing much more than a wrestling match. You are seeing two men who feel that their careers have been held back because of the other.
And that's what's fueling the fire between these two men right now, and they are pushing it now here in the opening moments. Buff Bagwell sending the man to the safety rail, the franchise down, stomping on the ribcage, gouging the eyes, gouging the face. You can see, you can almost feel the intensity and the anger between both men here, Mark.
It's not exactly Fez against O'Connor. It's more like Son of Sam against Charlie Manson. These guys are going to do away with any of the technical wrestling skills that both admittedly do have, and I would think try to stomp each other in the groin repeatedly.
And you can see that, yes, as they pull back Buff is trying to get to his feet. The franchise pulling back the match. There's even a wedding cake under the match.
Hey, could I get to that cake real quick?
I'm sure you could.
Boy,
not
on the concrete. Come on. The franchise. And remember, Buff Bagwell has that neck injury, and he escaped.
Yeah, I think what he did right there is save his own career.
Desperation there by Buff. He knows if he gets pile-driven on that concrete, he's all done. Yeah. He's all done, so that desperation carried him through to give the franchise that backdrop.
Yeah, he was fighting for his life right there, not just the match.
It was April of '98 when that happened. Broken neck inside the ring on Thunder.
Don't forget, Scott, the franchise has had some neck problems lately, too.
So we have.
To the mid. Over the last couple of weeks. Spinning leg breaker. That's what Buff Buff's doing. He's working on the neck as well. A great move. The franchise, that's not a bad move at all by the franchise to go out of the ring. If Buff wants to pose, that's fine. The franchise can buy some time, maybe regroup on the outside here.
By the way, Scott, I think it's very impartial that you've admitted that the breakup of this great team was all Buff's fault. I agree.
It was not all Buff's fault. It was the egos of both men, and we're talking about two of the biggest egos in pro wrestling right now, brawling with each other in front of our broadcast position. Here comes Buff.
Oh, you can hear the impact. Those punches just feet away from us.
Oh! Bagwell got the left foot up, but it hit the steel turnbuckle.
Now that maneuver right there just opened the door for Madden at the ball later on. Bagwell's out of commission.
I predicted assault on everybody's groins here, and so far my prediction's coming true.
We are seeing a living example of the craftiness of one franchise. He's like a fox. He gets you on the outside. He knows what to do. Buff Bagwell will not be denied. The franchise once again.
He just punched a chair. Franchise just punched a chair and waffled Bagwell.
Could have broken his own knuckles that time, Mark.
Right, I'm just going to say, Tony, I mean, Buff took the worst of the impact, but that didn't do the franchise's hand any good. Boy, from here, it looks like it's swelling and bleeding. Both these guys, they'll take punishment to give punishment, no doubt.
He did not see a chair. He just saw Buff's face. The chair was not even in the equation for the franchise. That's how deep the hatred runs.
Now I'm gonna beat your hero in front of
Now we're gonna feature heroes, what it says to the front row ringside fans.
Tell this guy to go home.
Well, he says we're going back to Pittsburgh to celebrate. I could go for a good celebration, but boy, this one's far from over.
Yeah, that's very premature.
Buff's more resilient. He's a pretty boy, but he's an angry pretty boy redneck. He'll come at you. You heard me, angry pretty boy redneck. That's what he is. He'll fight you forever. He'll fight you forever.
He'll fight anybody. I don't think there's any question. Snap married him over. He is staying on the neck. Look at the exposed neck.
Oh! That he is so susceptible to another neck injury. Bagwell was told after the paralysis in April of 1998, you risk it one more time. One more bad move in that ring, a bad twist, a bad turn, you might be in the same predicament. Franchise knows that. He doesn't care.
That's right. What type of man would be like that? To work on the neck of a man who's been paralyzed.
A winner. A stone-cold winner.
There's other ways to win.
Well, I'll tell you what. Maybe that's why he get. What the?
That's Tori Wilson.
That is Tori Wilson.
Well, where's she been? And what's she doing here?
I don't know.
I didn't recognize her wearing so many clothes. That's Tori Wilson. Last we saw her, she was shot in the cuts on Billy Kidman.
I knew she called my house for a reason, and here she is.
Wait a minute, the franchise distracted by... Oh!
With the kiss there, she slapped him in the face. 1, 2! No! He got out of it. I can't believe it. What in the world is she doing? She's still at ringside. I don't know.
I guess she's here to help Buff. She just slapped the franchise, right?
I guess she's out here with Buff.
And boy, Buff is putting the high gear. Big crossbody. 1, 2. He's up on the apron on the 2 count. He said, I'll be with you in a minute.
But Bagwell, to his everlasting credit, concentrating on the franchise.
Franchise sent him in. Back elbow by Buff. Buff up on top, and down he goes. Collide. 1, 2.
No.
Oh, she's cheering Buff on. Yeah.
What kind of alliance are we seeing develop here?
He is out here with Buff. Oh, my goodness.
He's in the ring.
This is startling developments.
Wow. Tori Wilson and Buff Bagwell.
I see tongue! I see tongue!
It's yours.
Not the first time tonight. Wow.
Oh, man! Oh, hang on!
That's kind of weird foreplay.
Good night!
Buff got suckered.
What is Tori doing? She slapped the taste out of the franchise and crotch shot it Bagwell!
Pittsburgh plunge! Pittsburgh plunge! Count it!
No! He kicked out! They can't believe it!
The franchise can't believe it. Neither can Tori Wilson. What is going on? What is she doing here?
I don't know.
Who is she with?
Is she shouting encouragement to the franchise? No! Is that what she's doing? Buff makes a cover. 1, 2. No! The franchise kicked out.
Well, let's see. She slapped Shane in the face and hit Buff in the crotch. I'd say she's with Shane.
Well, by process of elimination and by degrees, I'd agree with you.
I know she hit Buff that hard to eliminate him.
He was going after the blockbuster. She's got him on the leg.
He's got him on the hair. He can get that extension. Oh, down she goes. But the franchise inverted atomic drop.
Got him down, the franchise. Oh, what a move! That caught him. What was that? We've never seen that move. And that got him flush on the jaw. 1, 2, 3 to beat him.
It's over. A neck breaker, a jawbreaker. The impact almost knocked Bagwell unconscious. He is barely moving, and now Torrey's in the ring again. Now what?
It looks like the franchise has found a head cheerleader.
It looks like the franchise lived up to its guarantee now, didn't it?
Oh, look at this.
The master manipulator, one step ahead. Say what you will, but maybe a thinking man's performer.
Oh, more tongue! More tongue! I'll tell you what, I think the franchise may have made Torrey Wilson certain guarantees as well.
She has been franchised. Make no mistake about it.
The franchise.
Whoa!
Wow, look at her! Look at her! Look at him!
That just
What a
violated
pair!
every law
What
of
a
physics
team!
I ever learned. Wait. Torrey in the franchise.
And a guarantee of a win. Oh, look at
He's
that.
here! He's here!
It is. Hollywood Hogan is here. Make no mistake about it. And let's go to Mean Gene.
All right, Tony, I thank you very much. He is in the house tonight, Jeff Jarrett. I told you before we went on the air that Hollywood Hogan would be here. What now,
Listen up good. Listen up good, Jurassic slap ass. My patience is running short with you. Hogan's here. Big deal. Plan A now goes into effect. You know, over the years, Hulk sure has made a lot of enemies. So tonight, allies aren't hard to find.
Wait a minute, Jeff Jarrett. What do you mean by that?
You ever seen the movie Usual Suspects, G? Wait and see. Now choke on that, Slappy.
All right, quite a history between Jeff Jarrett and Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Take a look for yourself.
The immortal Hulk Hogan was stretchered out of the ring the last time he faced yours truly, the chosen one, never to be seen or heard from again. I've been interviewing the biggest, the fattest, the most disgusting women to accompany me to ringside at Bash at the Beach. The fat lady's gonna sing when the chosen one gets the 1, 2, 3. Everybody join in.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the year 2000 WCW Bash at the Beach and the main event of the evening. For the past few weeks, two of the biggest stars in the universe have been on a collision course. And tonight, they shall collide in this ring for the undisputed WCW Heavyweight Championship of the World. Are you ready? Daytona Beach, Florida. Are you for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
The words of Michael Buffer that we've heard many times before, this world heavyweight title match. We want to let you know that we still have to come after this match. The battle for Scott Hall's contract between Goldberg and Kevin Nash, and we still have not seen Vampiro arrive to the building for the graveyard yet.
So we have no winner in the graveyard match yet, but right now, I think our attention has to go right here to the ring. What is going through the mind of Hollywood Hogan? This could be his last title shot if he doesn't make the most of it, and if indeed he can't beat the Chosen One, if indeed the man I consider to be one of the greatest world champions ever does put Hollywood down in the match for the 3-count, where does Hollywood Hogan's career go from here? Where does it go from here indeed?
A lot of questions hopefully will be answered tonight. Hogan earned this shot with the win at the Great American Bash. A shot he deserved. Will he make the most of it? But you know, of all the big matches that Hogan has had, Scott Hudson, throughout his career, he has never really fought for a personal reason as close to home as he's been fighting for the last 2 months. For Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, it is more than personal.
to interrupt, but where's Jarrett? I mean, his music's been playing for well over a minute. There's no sign of him.
I don't know.
What's going on here?
This is not like the Chosen One to stand us up on a pay-per-view. So much at stake here. Jeff Jarrett is in the building. I wonder if Jeff Jarrett... Oh my God, that's Vince Russo.
What in the world?
Mr. Russo's back. Welcome back, Mr. Russo.
Yeah, face we haven't seen in quite a while.
Hey, Barry Bonds doesn't have the guts to show up to the All-Star game. Mr. Russo grabbed his shirt, grabbed his bat. Here he is.
We could talk for 3 more hours about the situation involving this man, Vince Russo.
Here comes Jeff. Here comes the champ.
This time, he stands 6 feet 1 and weighs 238 pounds. He comes from Music City, Ladies and gentlemen, he's a four-time world champion.
Tonight. What does that mean? You know, I've taken back now to the 10th of April when the ring was filled with what we found out then would be New Blood members, but it was Russo who was introduced by Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett, the Chosen One, has always been closer to Russo than any other performer in WCW. What is Russo doing out here? Why is he out at ringside here with Jeff Jarrett in his corner here tonight?
I'll tell you what we're seeing. We're seeing Jeff Jarrett and Kaiser Soze himself, Vince Russo, in the ring. One of the enemies, one of the many enemies, according to Jeff Jarrett, that Hulk Hogan has made in this sport. And it's time to take a walk down Sunset Boulevard straight to Hollywood.
Well, I don't know why Mr. Russo's here, but I do know I like it. I wonder if Hogan has a plan. I wonder if Hogan has help lined up. I wonder if Hogan has a man the stature of Vince Russo looking out for him. I rather doubt it, because Hogan has burned a lot of bridges. He's fresh out of friends in wrestling.
Well, if you believe Jeff Jarrett, Hogan will not have a plan. He will not have a backup. It will be, to coin a phrase, mano a mano. Hogan and Jarrett for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Is it ironic? 4 years ago, 1996, same venue, the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach, same event, WCW's Bash of the Beach. At Bash of the Beach, Hulk Hogan transformed to Hollywood Hogan. The NWO was formed. Did we ever think that 4 years later, he'd be coming out in the same colors, being cheered by the fans, going after the WCW title once again?
I'll tell you one battle that's long overdue. Since the minute Mr. Russo got to WCW, the big behind-the-scenes battle has been Russo against Hogan, and now that comes to pass.
Hulk Hogan earned this shot defeating Billy Kidman at the Great American Bash. And hang on a minute. I was wondering what Hogan was motioning to, and
microphone.
Here's the Chosen One has taken it back up.
You know something, Jeff Jarrett? You are the Chosen One because I have chosen you to powerbomb your ass through this mat for my brother, Big Sexy. So come on down and get your ass kicked, Jarrett.
Boy, you're like Babe Ruth. He's calling the shot, isn't he? He said, I've chosen you to powerbomb you right to the ring. Boy, and Jarrett playing a crafty game of his own.
Now, is that Jeff Jarrett being confident, or is that Jeff Jarrett being scared out of his shorts, knowing that he's got to step into the ring with Hollywood Hogan?
Or is that Jeff Jarrett who knows something that Hollywood Hogan doesn't?
That's the good questions on both ends there. Whatever it is, scared, confident, it's a pretty darn good move to stay out, let Hogan have center stage, so to speak. Let Hogan get it all out, all this animosity. We go back, though, a few weeks ago, the jackhammer that was by Goldberg on the back back of Hogan through the table, wondering if Hogan could even come back. We have not seen Hogan since that time. We all knew, Scott, I knew, you knew, as much as you won't admit, Madden, you knew that Hogan would make it back here to Bash of the Beach.
No, I knew he'd never, ever miss a big pay-per-view payday. What's Jeff doing?
A minute.
What's Jeff doing?
Is it Halloween Havoc all over again?
Russo's
Wait a
talking
minute,
to Hogan.
Russo.
What's he saying?
Russo, I think, told Jarrett to lie down. What's going on?
Look at Russo is holding the belt up like, do you want the belt? Pin the man. Jarrett's down.
And Hogan is as shocked as
What
we
in
are.
the world? Jeff Jarrett. This can't be Jeff Jarrett, a man that grew up in this sport.
What is going on?
He just threw the world title into Hogan. What the hell? Now Russo.
I think we're deviating from the norm here, deviating from the script. I hesitate to say that, but what the hell is going on?
I don't think Hogan had any idea what was going on.
God, Hogan's. Fans, I don't know what to say.
I don't know if Hulk Hogan.
Hogan has asked for another microphone. I think he wants to talk again. So fans, we apologize.
Russo, what a return.
Is this your deal, Russo?
Wow.
That's why this company's in the damn shape it's in, because of bullshit like this.
Wow. My God, this is real life. 1, 2, 3.
We've got a new world champion.
I guess we do.
Good God Almighty, are we going to have some explaining to do tomorrow?
Look at Hogan's face. Look at fans.
Jeff Jarrett just turned his back on Hulk Hogan and walked out. Vince Russo is gone. Hulk Hogan is the world champion, and this sport has never seen anything like this.
I don't think Hogan saw this coming, that's for sure.
Fans, I want to tell you, what we have seen is a slice of real life. There's a meaning here. We do not know what to say or how to explain it to you, but there's something very deep in this.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is not something they go over with us at the production meeting.
No, there are swerves and there are swerves. We've all been swerved.
Yeah, we have.
Did you see Hogan's face?
How could you miss it? It was lighting up this place like a lighthouse. Hulk Hogan came into this thing thinking we were going to have a match. We didn't know if Hogan would be here, what would happen, what would Jarrett do, what would Hogan do, what would Hogan agree to do. I don't think anybody agreed to that.
Well, Hulk got to win, and we all know that's what's important.
To him it is.
But no kidding.
Well, I know it's important, but to win it like that, for the show, after all these promos, to lay down.
This is wild. This is pretty good.
Hey, he lost it like that.
Oh, hold on now.
Hang on now. Well, back to some semblance of reality with this nut.
Vampiro walks right by Hogan. There you see it, the belt. He has come back in. Vince, it is our cause to give some credence to this, but after what just happened, I have no idea what to go say.
No, we're back on the air. We're getting more airtime than anybody else.
Good TV time. I'm looking good.
Yeah, you're looking fantastic. What is
as you
going
can
on?
look.
Hogan's the world champion. Vampiro is working his way back into the arena. That's all it takes. There's the music. So I guess Vampiro is ready to make his return.
He's the winner.
This is unbelievable.
Can you believe that happened in that world title match?
It makes the graveyard match look almost sane.
Good point. Good call. The ring filling with smoke. I guess we're going to get some semblance of a finish to the graveyard match, but we could have said that about the world title match, and we saw how that went down. He slammed the demon in the coffin, dumped the coffin into the open grave in the graveyard. Who knows how far away from the building, but to win the graveyard match, get back in the ring is all you got to do, and Vampiro is taking his own sweet time.
I don't know what it, even...
Hold it. What the hell just happened? I mean, the graveyard match great, and Vamp's here, and I want to hear what he had to say, but this is unbelievable.
I even thought when Jarrett was down, when Hogan put the foot on him, that after two, Jarrett would put the shoulder up thinking,
Hogan would take his foot off. Come on, let's do justice to what was a tremendous graveyard contest, a brutal matchup.
I agree, but how can we after what we've just seen?
We've got
the Dark Circle has now been completed.
Here is your winner.
The Demon is dead.
Boy, is he ever.
I promised the whole world that I would destroy that pain in the ass, Dale Torborg, and that other pain in the ass, Sting, and I did it.
He's right. They're both gone.
In most bizarre ways.
Dale Torborg chose to walk on the dark side, and he got...
Wait a minute, a chant of "We want Sting," and I don't know.
And he got buried alive!
This guy's nuts.
I think we knew that many, many weeks ago, months ago. We just didn't know how far he'd take it.
He set Sting on fire, threw him 45 feet from the top of the Nitro Vision through the stage.
What is this? What is this?
In the world? What else weird could happen?
It's those mysterious black cloaked figures, and they're carrying...
And they're all wearing Sting masks.
Yeah, that's a coffin.
Are they disciples of Sting?
I don't know. Is that the same coffin that was thrown in the grave?
I was going to say, that looks like the coffin he slammed Torborg, rather the Demon, in earlier on.
That looks like it, but I don't know. I mean, it's...
And Vampiro is shaken up somewhat, which rarely happens, fellas, right?
He doesn't understand this, and obviously neither do we.
The last we saw the Demon, he was in the coffin, in the grave, in the graveyard here in Daytona Beach, Florida. We don't know if that's the same coffin, and if it is, if the Demon is still in it, or who these druids are.
The blue light cast over...
I told you! Sting is dead! I finished Sting!
It was in Baltimore 1 month ago.
He did finish Sting. I mean, there is no question.
Now, as far as I know, isn't Sting still in the hospital? Isn't he still at least undergoing treatment for those severe burns?
That's the last thing we understood.
Oh! Whoa! Is that?
Who is that?
Was it Sting? Was that Sting? Good God, it can't be Sting!
It's gotta be Sting!
I can't really tell from here that's...
Yeah, but no one else would be striking out with that kind of passion. Listen to the fans!
Could it be?
That's Sting's music! That's Sting's music! I guess it has to be Sting!
But he's wearing one of those masks, though. We're not seeing his face. No, we can't see anything.
Maybe there's no face left to see.
That's right.
After what happened last month.
What could he look like under that mask?
Where did he go?
He disappeared.
And Vampiro's unconscious. What an eerie sight on what has been a weird, wild night at Bash at the Beach.
As the black cloak figures surround, Sting strikes under a mask and quickly disappears.
Is it over?
I don't think it'll ever be over between Vampiro and Sting, if that was Sting.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I think it is.
Your winner in a coffin of the graveyard match, Vampiro. 9 games, they are just starting.
We've had some strange ways of winning here tonight, haven't we, gang?
Oh yeah.
Strange everything. Let's go to Gene.
All right, Tony, I thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Goldberg, tonight, your personal vendetta against the Outsiders is about to come to an end. And I could see the burning right now in your eyes. I know you could hardly wait to tear up that Scott Hall contract. But first, you've got to meet and defeat Kevin Nash. Goldberg?
You finished?
Yes.
You know what? It's taken all the professional courtesy I got not to rip this damn contract up. Because the person you see in front of you is more intense and more pissed off than I've ever been in my entire life. But, fact is, I want to make Kevin Nash suffer. I'm going to beat his ass from ring post to ring post, then rip it up right in front of his face. Then, the Outsiders, as they know it and as everyone else knows it, are history. Tonight I personally end Scott Hall's career. There ain't a damn thing Scott Hall can do about it. And a matter of fact, there ain't a damn thing Kevin Nash can do about it either.
Wow. Goldberg, that is the...
Well, here's Mr. Russo
What
now.
the hell is next?
Now what?
I don't know.
Who's laying down in this one?
It's scheduled to be Nash Goldberg. We heard from Goldberg. Now maybe Russo can explain to the world what we have seen. And if he explains it, will we get it? Will we understand it?
Do we believe it? Look at what's coming from.
I think we're going to hear the truth right now. I really do.
We got to hear something.
That's not Vince Russo, the character. That's Vince Russo, the boss. Look at his face.
Yeah, we know that face, don't we? Doesn't even know what to say.
How do you explain what happened with Hogan and Jeff Jarrett?
There's only one way for me to do this, and that's for me to tell it like it is.
Here we go.
All right, we need to hear this. Let's lay out.
You know, 3 weeks ago, I left WCW.
It's real life here, fans.
More real than I thought it would be tonight.
3 weeks ago, I left WCW, and quite frankly, I didn't know if I was going to come back. And the reason I didn't know I was going to come back or not is because from day one that I've been in WCW, I've done nothing but deal with the bullshit of the politics behind that curtain. The fact of the matter is, I've got a wife, I've got 3 kids at home, and I really don't need this shit. But let me tell you the reason why I did come back. I came back for every one of the guys in that locker room that week in, week out, bust their ass for WCW. I came back for the Booker T's. I came back for every single guy in MIA. I came back for the Animals. I came back for Jarrett. I came back to the guys behind that curtain that give a shit about this company. And let me tell you who doesn't give a shit about this company. That goddamn politician Hulk Hogan. Because let me tell you people what happened out here in this ring tonight. All day long, I'm playing politics with Hulk Hogan because Hulk Hogan tonight wants to play his creative control card. And to Hulk Hogan, that meant that tonight in the middle of this ring, when he knew it was bullshit, he beats Jeff Jarrett. Well, guess what? Hogan got his wish. Hogan got his belt and he went the hell home, and I promise everybody, or else I'll go in the goddamn grave. You will never see that piece of shit again.
Amen.
But I sat out there and the people just like you, and I know you paid good money to come here tonight, and nobody is going to be ripped off here tonight. So Hulk Hogan now has the WCW belt. And Hulk, let's refer to that as the Hulk Hogan Memorial Belt, because from here on in, that belt don't mean shit. Because there will be a new WCW belt, and as far as I'm concerned, that belt still belongs to the one guy that busts his ass week in and week out in the middle of this ring. And you people can love him and hate him, but he doesn't screw anybody back there, and that's Jeff Jarrett. Now hold on a minute. Jeff Jarrett is still the official WCW champion, but he will defend that title in this ring tonight. And he will defend that title against the son of a bitch back there who for 14 years has been busting his ass in WCW and can't get a goddamn break because of the Hulk Hogan. And I'm talking about Booker T. Booker T and Jeff Jarrett are the two reasons why I'm in this damn stinking business to begin with. So tonight in this ring for the WCW title, two deserving guys, Jarrett and Booker, will compete for the WCW and they'll tear this goddamn house down. And Hogan, you big bald son of a bitch, kiss my ass!
There really is nothing that we can say to add to that. We have seen a man pour his heart out.
This is great. If Russo was a woman, I'd marry him.
We've seen a man, regardless of what side you take, we've seen a man, Vince Russo, who we all know, we all have worked for many months, who has busted his rear end for this company, pour his heart out for you in a shoot, as we call it in the wrestling business.
That was not on the format. That was not in the production meeting. That was nowhere to be found anywhere until this.
We do have Booker T now against Jeff Jarrett for the WCW title. That was just booked. That's added to tonight.
We've still got Goldberg and Nash for Hall's contract.
Lord, hang on here. How long have we been doing this?
About 1,000 years.
Yeah, it feels like, my God.
Started 2.5 hours ago. Wow.
I don't know. We're counting this, but I have no idea where we're going.
You know, I've carried this damn company on my back for 2 years. I've given you people someone to believe in. I gave you people a hero. And what did you do? You spit on it.
Poor, pitiful Bill. Since you walked in the door, this company's given you everything on a silver platter. And I'm not leaving this building without your blood on my hands.
Nash and Goldberg, right here, right now!
This is the contract of one Scott Hall.
I got your little girlfriend's contract right here. You got the guts? Come claim it at Bash at the Beach.
To save Scott's WCW career, you must face Goldberg July 9 at Bash at the Beach.
Scott Hall's career on the line, I got no problem beating him.
I never liked you, Nash. There's only one person on this planet that I despise more than you. Scott Hall has been nothing but a cancer. See, ever since the Outsiders got here, they've tried to undermine and destroy WCW. What gets me is you idiots have cheered them week after week. It's my time, and their blood is on your hands.
We are watching backstage live as Kevin Nash. I know he's as
It's Scotty.
What do we
Watch
got
my
here?
back, baby.
Good to see you. Got my lady right here.
It's for Scott's contract, man. Come on, get in the game, all right?
I'm in the game. This is my game right here.
What was that back there? Was Louis exchange?
Scott Steiner. Backstage, Kevin Nash certainly taking his own sweet time coming to the ring.
He said, watch my back, and he said, come on, the contract's on the line. The formation of the Outsiders of Hall and Nash came up with so many buzzwords, so many terms. So many things that were cool in sports entertainment. The Outsiders, Too Sweet, Wolfpack in the house.
The survey.
The survey. The fact that they were World Tag Team Champions. The fact that they instituted the NWO. It was everything that Goldberg hated, that he despised. And now Goldberg has the control of the essence of the Outsiders in his hands tonight.
The difference between Goldberg and Kevin Nash is that Goldberg takes every second of every moment of every day he spends in this business totally seriously. That is the basic cause of the contention between he and the Outsiders. And even though it seems like a small thing to fight over, Tony, it's escalated and escalated and escalated until it brings us to where we are right now.
It may be a small thing to fight over as far as maybe the regular fan is concerned, or that you and I are concerned, but as far as Kevin Nash is concerned, it is the biggest thing to fight for. It's fighting for what he believes in. It's fighting for his own essence. It's fighting the human cyborg. I can only wonder how this one's going to play out, especially after what we have seen in this program tonight.
It's a new game in World Championship Wrestling. The power has shifted. It's a fruit basket turnover. Alliances have been destroyed. New alliances have been formed. Where does Thug Life, the hired gun, Goldberg, fit into this equation? We don't know. We may not know tonight. Right now, all we do know is he is heading to the ring to face Kevin Nash for Scott Hall's contract.
Here he comes. I want to tell you, the interview he conducted with Gene Okerlund was unlike any Goldberg interview we've ever seen. He was calm, he was calculating, but he told us he was more intense, more dangerous than ever. Here he comes. We've often said, can any one man stop Goldberg on a level playing field? The answer has always been no. But maybe Hall's contract has given Nash the motivation that he needs.
Okay, we'll watch that for you.
John, I guess so.
Don't mess it up. Don't mess that contract up.
Look at some of these caveats in here.
This is Godzilla versus Megalon, the Titanic versus the Iceberg. This is an incredible matchup. Here's Kevin Nash over here now to look at the contract.
Kevin Nash has got it.
I think it's legal. There's enough signatures on it.
You better believe it's legal. I want to tell you, never has one document.
You got it, Kev.
He doesn't trust you. Never has one document held so much on the line in one match. A win by Nash. And the Outsiders back together.
In the building where the Outsiders reached their pinnacle. The Ocean Center in Daytona, where they brought in Hulk Hogan as the mystery partner, the third man. How many weeks should we go on and on and on about who was the third man? We never thought Hulk Hogan. They shocked the world and took over the sport in this building. And right now, Kevin Nash, it's all falling apart for the NWO. Kevin Nash is fighting for a friendship that extends far beyond the bounds of professional wrestling.
You can see, you can feel, you can cut the tension with a knife. You can feel the electricity in the building. They're standing everywhere. They're just now slowly taking their seats as they expected an explosion. And I want to tell you, I don't know if he gets on track, who can derail a Goldberg.
No one has.
Nash has to pull within down deep in his soul and his gut
And
to be
Goldberg
able to
tagging
do
off
it.
of Nash. Look at that.
Yeah, there's going to be no finesse in this thing. I want to tell you that right now. That's going to be straight at you, slamming, hitting, high impact, blow after blow. Katie barred the door. Throw it out the window type wrestling action. And let's not forget Booker T and Jeff Jarrett, we understand, for the WCW title next. Jeff Jarrett still the champion. How about that one by Nash? That rocked Goldberg. Goldberg hunched over on that back elbow.
Remember, it was Starrcade 98 in Nashville. Kevin Nash ended the undefeated streak and the world title reign of Goldberg, but it took Scott Hall and a stun gun, a stun stick, if you will, to bring Goldberg to the canvas.
And there was also another form of treachery by the outsiders that propelled Goldberg to his second loss, and that was to Bret Hart in the World Title Tournament. 1, 2.
Oh!
They
Anything would be over that quick,
no, I
for
didn't.
sure.
They being the outsiders, have been instrumental in each and every blemish on Goldberg's stellar mark, and it has been one for the ages. Look at that. Body blows, extension, a standing sidekick, and it sent the 7-foot, 325-pound frame to the canvas.
This match has already featured the impact of a nuclear weapon, and it's only a few minutes old, for heaven's sake.
Oh, here we go.
He's not going. My God. Did you see how high he got him in the air? He's going to make a cut. 1, 2. Goldberg didn't even see that one coming.
I mean, a no-doubt choke slam.
What's this?
Scott Steiner. Nash told him to watch his back.
And he's come out.
I guess he's going to.
He's come out. They've been tag team partners recently. He's out encouraging.
Scott Steiner just took Scott Hall's contract from the announce desk.
And he's got it. He's using it as motivation for Nash.
Come on, let's go, come on.
He put in front of Kevin Nash's face, saying, this is what you're fighting for. Is that all he needs? Does he need more than that to rise up with the human cyborg on his back? Look at this. He shoots a look at Mickey J, intimidates the referee, which is one glance. He's incredible. Love him or hate him, he is unbelievable. And Nash trying to take everything he's got.
Well, wait a minute, a stare down going on between Goldberg and Steiner.
Goldberg can do that. He's got the ability to leave his opponent, look at someone else, and come right back to the attack. Oh, the foot got up. Goldberg missed. Nash got him. Yes. 1, 2. Goldberg kicked out. Oh, Lord.
So close to a legitimate 1, 2, 3 on Goldberg.
Oh, wait, Goldberg is upside down.
No! He went for the spear. Nash sidestepped it, and he speared the middle turnbuckle pad.
His shoulder hit hard, real hard. Not the ring post, but that turnbuckle pad.
You're right.
There's metal behind that. It's very tightly wrapped, and Goldberg shaking up.
Yeah.
Boy, as bad as I've ever seen Goldberg shaking up.
We know of the explosion. We've seen it. They have felt the explosion from the spear when he gets to run all the way on the other side of the ring. That time, the shiver was to the body of Goldberg as Nash sidestepped it. Nash ducks from the singlet. Nash, maybe moments away from reuniting the outsiders. He's gonna powerbomb him. What the hell went on there?
A minute. Scott Steiner. He just wiped out Nash.
What is this about?
Scott Steiner didn't watch his back. He stabbed his back, and there's the spear. There's the spear.
How much does Nash have to overcome? The spear speared him out of his boots.
How much did Goldberg pay Scott Steiner to turn his back on his friend Kevin Nash?
Or did Goldberg do the pain?
Is he going to get him up?
Can he do it? Yeah! Does he? 1, 2, 3. It's over. It's over.
Kevin Nash was already unconscious.
Oh, and there's the contract.
Scott. That's right, Scott Hall is done. His career's over.
Scott Hall is no more.
He's a free agent. He's gone. He's done.
The outsiders are no more. What began in '96, which revolutionized Nitro, which revolutionized WCW, has come to a dead end. And now look at this Steiner recliner. As Goldberg tears the contract up in the face of Kevin Nash. Goldberg has done what he said he would do.
And Scott Hudson, you say, how much did Goldberg pay Scott Steiner to help him in this match? Scott Steiner doesn't care about money, about titles. He just does stuff like this because he enjoys it.
Is that the answer to why? I'm not so sure that's the answer to why.
Steiner's got it. Kevin Nash is still out.
We have seen one blind side after another here tonight, haven't we?
Everything we've seen tonight, we didn't expect to see.
We didn't expect
that. That's fair.
Can you imagine Goldberg and Scott Steiner on the same team, working hand in hand?
Look
there
at
they
this.
are, pounding fists there in an act of solidarity. There aren't two bodies like that anywhere else in sports, let alone sports entertainment.
Nash has lost his two best friends, Hall and Scott Steiner.
All right, Tony, we are back with Booker T. This has been perhaps one of the most emotional evenings I have ever experienced at World Championship Wrestling. As I understand it from Vince Russo, Booker, now you're going to be facing Jeff Jarrett, and yes, the WCW heavyweight title will be on the line.
You know, man, this all came as a surprise to me. I really don't know what's going on. Vince made the decision, and I'm going to do what I got to do. Opportunity has knocked, and I will be damned if I don't answer that door. I am going to do what I have to do tonight to take that gold home, take it around my waist, and take it into the next millennium. Can you dig that, G?
I can. Tony, back to you.
All right, we are back, and Nash is just getting to his feet. And fans, look, we said we didn't expect this. Obviously, we didn't expect Booker T and Jeff Jarrett for the WCW title.
Well, the show is supposed to be over.
Yeah.
That was Goldberg and Nash. That was the end of the show. We're done. Good night. We're gone. But no way. We've got Jeff Jarrett defending a title that I thought he lost earlier tonight.
Let's not mince words. The winner of this, like Mr. Russo said, is indeed the WCW World Heavyweight Champion. These are the two kind of men that Hogan kept down, and now they get their chance, and whoever wins, that's your world champion. Pure and simple. Am I right?
You're right. I can't disagree with that.
All right, I'm told we're going to pitch it to Michael Buffer. What's next? Michael?
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have been witness to one of the most amazing nights in the history of professional wrestling, sports, and entertainment. And tonight, the history-making continues. As for the second time in the same evening, you will see a match for the heavyweight championship of the world. So for the second time tonight, let's get ready to rumble!
Okay, I've been told, and I do need to say this, I've been handed this sheet that we do have the winner of our Play with Power MasterCard sweepstakes. Norman Counter out of San Diego is here with her husband and two sons as guests of WCW. Clive the Card, he's going to be our guest at Las Vegas and Halloween Havoc.
Ladies and gentlemen,
MasterCard Play with Power
making his entrance to the ring.
Congratulations, Norma. Norman didn't expect to see this.
She has seen a heck of a show.
We didn't expect to see this. Booker T did not expect to get a title shot. He's had a grueling match against Positively Canyon, but he's coming right back in it.
This could be the culmination of a long journey for Booker T, a great wrestler for so many years. It's been a long journey, a lot of titles, but never the big one. This is Booker T's chance.
This Booker T, this night, he had no idea he would have a shot at the world title. He thought he was going to have only Positively Canyon. You train one way for a man like Chris Canyon. You train an entirely different way for a man like the chosen one, Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
Booker T is coming into this one blind as a bat.
Yeah, but you train all your life, Scott, to be the world heavyweight champion. So Booker T has thought about this moment, has relished this moment. I'm sure he's dreamt about it. He's thought about it when he's shaving in the mirror. It's what it's all about.
So is Jeff Jarrett, though. Jeff Jarrett's worn this belt. He's wearing it now, although I guess technically he's not champion, correct? The title is vacant. From what Mr. Russo said. Oh, no, wait, he said Jarrett is the champion.
Jarrett is the champion.
Yeah, so excuse me, I'm so flustered by everything weird that's going on here. I guess the advantage still lies with Jarrett. He's the champion.
He laid down for Hogan, but this one is for real. And through it all, we expect one heck of a matchup. I don't think there's any denying that.
These are guys who can go. These guys who didn't stay past last call. These are guys who go in there and just wrestle their tails off for as long as they have to entertain the fans. These two men are with WCW should have been all about a long time ago.
Anyone who purchased this badge at the beach did not expect these two to go at it. Hell, we didn't. And we live this stuff.
Exactly. You never know what to expect.
At a WCW pay-per-view. We say it so much, and sometimes you don't even believe it, but tonight,
You can't argue with that. We may take heat on the internet or wherever we're saying that too much, but you never know what to expect in a WCW pay-per-view.
I have been sincere every second this microphone's been on, so speak for yourself.
Right. I'm sincere when I say this. That's BS, man, and you know it.
Here we go.
Come on, guys, show Hogan something. Burn the house down.
No, show the world something.
Right, good call, Tony.
You know they can do it. The chosen one.
Not a Jeff Jarrett fan out there with that green sign, actually.
Booker T. There is the belt. There is the, yep. You can see the top of it is bent. I've seen that. That's the real belt. I've seen that belt for many, many years. And this is it. This is the one. And
you can only imagine.
This is great. I want to tell you, I've had more fun tonight than I've had in 100 different shows. This has been wild. This has been worth every moment that we put into this company that we do. And here we go. And you want to tell me Booker T's not fired up? Take a look at this. Focus.
I guess technically Hogan should punch out Ted Turner backstage now.
Please stay the course. Heard that term a lot. And that's what Booker T is doing right now. Opportunity knocks, and Booker T has stepped through the open door, if I can add an old cliche. He's going to try to do it scientifically. I wonder if he's going to try to do it scientifically to try to break Jarrett down.
Well, everybody tries to do it scientifically for a while.
That's true.
Then emotions get the better of you, especially with the world title on the line.
Sure, I understand.
Especially in these circumstances, for heaven's sakes. It's been an emotional night all night long.
And when we talk about going scientifically, Jeff Jarrett can hang with Booker T. When you talk pure athleticism, the edge goes to Booker T, no question about it. But remember this, we talked about both of these athletes can go. Remember, Booker T has already went once tonight. Jeff Jarrett has yet to be tested, unless you count laying down with the foot pin for Hollywood scum Hogan earlier on.
Well, you know what? That does make a difference. When you've gone already tonight during the match, regardless, that means that if it goes long, there's a good chance that Booker T just may run out of gas a little bit sooner than Jeff Jarrett. Then again, Booker T, we've said so many times, such a phenomenal athlete, that pound for pound, he can go with anybody. The longer the match goes, who would it favor? And what's going through the mind of Booker T right now, given this golden opportunity?
Well, you talk about how Booker's already wrestled once, but, you know, he's kind of hot. He's kind of ready to roll more than Jeff. The advantage goes to Booker early.
Right, he's warmed up is what he is.
Right, good call.
Even though the one against Manny was more than a warm-up. Shoulder block to take him down. Look at that agility. Is he amazing? Drop kick to boot.
And for a man that has already wrestled a grueling contest once tonight here in Daytona, Booker T looks sharp as attack, and Jeff Jarrett, who hasn't wrestled a lick, is walking around the ring, shaking loose the cobwebs.
Those fans that Jeff walked past just a moment ago must be from an aviary. They all just gave him the bird.
You know, when I go back to the 10th of April, and I remember the interview that Russo and Bischoff cut in the ring when they formed the New Blood. Somehow I think this moment, this match, is what they were thinking of the level playing field, the even playing field for the young men who give their heart and their soul to this sport. I seem to think that this 9th of July, 3 months later, was exactly what they were thinking of. Right cross, Booker T is staggered, and Jarrett is sent to the ball close as quick as well. Booker waiting on him. Jarrett trying to get the arms up, could not block the Harlem sidekick. Just too much power in those legs.
See, Stevie is just, you know, not even breaking stride here since the last match. Where's the big double axe off the apron? Steve, excuse me, Booker, for heaven's sakes.
We know what you mean.
This night has me totally flustered.
I'm going back out into the cheap seats.
Yeah, I'm sure. Here comes the security with him. And that's Billy Silverman, referee, telling him to get back in the ring. Billy, I can tell you this, based on what's happened tonight, based on the level playing field, based on what's gone down in WCW the past 3 months, you better let this thing go. And let's get us a winner here.
Hey, WCW right now is giving the fans everything they bargained for when they ordered Bash at the Beach, and frankly, a little bit more.
Booker T and Jeff Jarrett brawling through the crowd here in Daytona Beach, Florida, all the way, back up to the wall, to the doors, going to the concession area. It's for the World Heavyweight Championship.
And it was a match no one ever thought would come down.
Now this is the Jeff's advantage because Booker T's out in a place where there can't be a pin, where you can't win the title. He's expending a lot of energy, and Jeff's going to come back to the ring fresher than Booker when they finally do get back there. They're not going to count him out. Not after everything that's happened. There's going to be, right in the wall.
Boy, I tell you,
there's going to be a decision.
Not only did he go right in the wall, he propelled him up against the wall. High in the air with a big, if you will, Irish whip. And now to the, it looks like that's a safety rail or a chair rail. along the bleachers there. You can see it. They've circled around behind us here, our broadcast location. There is a capacity crowd on hand. Every seat taken here tonight. This is WCW, and I want to tell you, think what you will, at its finest here tonight. We will never forget, regardless of what happens here, Bash at the Beach 2000. Never. And I'm sure you at home, wherever you are, will agree. I know the athletes want it.
Bash at the Beach is a pay-per-view where, boy, something strange happens whether we plan it that way or not.
History. Strange, I think historic is the proper term. And using the chair on Booker T coming back in. Always advantage. The first. The broadcast. Holy smokes!
I don't know if you can hear Booker T's head cracking against the announce table. They're on top of the broadcast position.
Oh,
Booker
my
T and
God!
Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, Jarrett's fixing to finish him off right here.
He's going to power drive it. Good God!
Holy.
Oh, that table didn't give. That table didn't give very much at all.
They finally got the construction right on this thing.
Yeah, but Booker's neck gave, and look at him. Look at his eyes. I don't know how much more he's got.
Jeff Jarrett, the chosen one. And Booker T. Booker T may have been severely injured with that one. The pile driver on the announced position.
Oh, look at the arrogance, Jim. Wow, man. This is the damnedest thing you've ever seen in a row. Fans at ringside are looking at me and say, what is next here?
Look at Jarrett. Jarrett has finally gotten the upper hand in a good way. Jeff Jarrett, the world champion, despite what we saw earlier on with Hulk Hogan.
Jarrett smells blood, but is it thick enough? Because Booker T's blood is rising into his eyes. His blood pressure's up. After taking that shot, how can Booker T even throw a punch?
And here's that sleeper, Jeff Jarrett, taking the wind out of Booker's sails more and more every second. Boy, what a smart move by Jarrett, running Booker through the crowd, tiring him out, and now here he is with a clear-cut advantage.
I'm beginning to believe that it might not be a bad choice to choose the chosen one to be world champion. He has certainly shown me something against a superior athlete. Just call it what it is, a superior athlete in Booker T.
I want to tell you, when they fight all the way around ringside through the fans, when they throw each other against a table that had no give, this is what it means to vie for the WCW title. It means you're the champion of World Championship Wrestling. And Jeff Jarrett ain't gonna let go of that quickly.
And this is what it's like to vie for in the ring. Not in the boardroom, not in the back room, not the politics for it. This is athleticism to decide a world champion.
Determination.
Not who you are, but what you can do.
Guts, perseverance, never say die, never say no. That's what we're seeing on display here. And my God, he's coming to his feet.
Somehow Booker T is brought up from the super and Jeff Jarrett back elbows into the corner.
How did he do that? How did he get out of that?
He's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. He's light on his feet the way he is. Jarrett, one step. Jarrett goes right back to the sleeper.
Smart move.
You're not kidding, it is.
That's going to put him down, but no. Booker T shoots him in. He escapes again. Reversed him into a sleeper of his own.
Oh, he's got it clamped on. Booker T, good wide vertical base, but Jarrett picks him up and goes to the knee. I want to tell you, Jeff Jarrett may be wrestling the match of his life right here. We've seen him come out here and say, I'm the chosen one, and he is, just like you said moments ago, Scott, I think he is earning that right here tonight.
Setting him up for the figure four. The knee of Booker T. No! It's a
1, 2, and he didn't pin him, didn't pin him, didn't pin him. Oh.
He was inches away, inches away. Here goes Jarrett again for the figure four. He got it this time.
He cinched it in tight on Booker T. The figure four. That knee has been exposed to such abuse in this contest. And Booker T also wrestled positively Canyon earlier tonight. Is it catching up with Booker T now?
But even though Jeff Jarrett did not wrestle per se, think of the emotion he had to go through all day today with the politics of the Hogan scenario that we witnessed a few moments ago. That's got to grate at your heart, at your soul, at your emotion. Your stress level to an all-time high. They're standing, they're chanting for Booker T. What does Booker T have left?
The fans may be standing, I'm not so sure Booker will. Jeff is grinding in this figure four right now.
Well, you know, here's the disadvantage we talked about of Booker having worked earlier and Jarrett not, because he can't really turn this over. He can't power out, or can he?
How much has Booker T got left?
That's momentum now. Yeah.
He got it.
They strung him over. He got him. And now Billy Silverman says what? No, Jarrett grabs the ropes, does not give up. The match still continues.
What resilience by Booker. What big legs on Booker, though. That's the key to reversing that hold.
Oh, this has been an amazing show.
What great ring positioning by Jeff Jarrett, knowing how close he was to the ropes. It's a potential match-ending reversal.
Through all of this, Jarrett continues to focus the attack, to work the attack on the legs of Booker T. He has been undaunted. He has come in with a reason. Oh, boy. That time his arrogance cost him, guys, smirking, calling out to the fans. 1 too many seconds, and Booker T was able to rebound. Booker T blocking. You know, I don't think toe-to-toe, as good as Jarrett is, that he can out-punch Booker T. Booker T holds on, into the gut. It could be the axe kick. He calls for it, and he got it.
Spinneroonie! Spinneroonie! A second time tonight is Spinneroonie, and Booker might be moving in for the kill, Tony!
Booker T sends Jarrett into the ropes. He picked it up. He one, two.
And give Jeff Jarrett credit. Booker hit that spine buster textbook perfect, and Jeff Jarrett rolled a shoulder or two.
Give Booker T all the credit in the world for the heart coming back. He went for the Harlem sidekick. Jarrett saw it coming. And the chosen one, a little bit too cagey on that series of moves right there. Just calmly sidestepped it.
These guys can go. This is great.
Yes, they can. I want to tell you, you look and you marvel at what these athletes do, what they put themselves through physically, mentally, and emotionally, and you just are in awe of what they can do in the ring and how they keep coming back. That's why the great athletes are not measured by their muscles, are not measured by their athletic ability. They're measured by their heart, their determination. Wrong way, Jones, that time.
Billy Silverman in perfect position. They were going the other direction. He was standing behind with the reversal, and he paid the price, and Jarrett's
It's
got
going
the
to
back.
get dirty now. The world
He missed
title
it.
belt. No, he dropped it. Booker T's got it. Booker T's got the belt. Booker T nailed Jeff Jarrett with the belt. There's no referee.
Silverman's up. Silverman's up.
2. No.
Did you see how close Silverman was to the 3 count? Booker T just that close to a world title reign.
Had the referee been in it, had he not been knocked down, Booker T would be the world champion low blow. Oh, boy.
Be quiet for a second. Jeff almost lost. Give me a second to compose myself.
Be quiet. How in the world could anybody be quiet in a moment like this?
He's got a chair.
Oh, does he ever?
He caught Booker T low, and now Jeff Jarrett using the same tact that Positively Canyon used earlier on, wedging that chair in the corner. It backfired on Canyon. Will it backfire on the world champion?
Yes, it does. Send him into the chair. 1, 2, no. Oh, how much more can these two guys give? They're bleeding.
What tremendous athletes. We are seeing the cream of the WCW crop fight it out for the highest prize in this sport. This is what it's supposed to be like.
And this is what it is like. Jarrett with a great uppercut the man. Oh, then now hits the referee.
What in the world? He's going to hit the stroke.
That seems somewhat accidental. I think Silverman got in the way.
Accidental? Oh, he just crotch-shotted Booker.
Then a low blow on Booker T. Look at this. He's doing everything in his power to keep the championship. He's got another acoustic equalizer, Scott, and he's got it. And I want to tell you, he hits it right now. It's over with.
Billy Silverman just got stroked out by the world champion. Booker doesn't see Jarrett.
No! He can win it now! Book in! There's a referee at 2, 3.
We've got a new champion! Oh my God! Booker T's the world champion! Booker T's the champ!
I can't believe it!
He came to the building, fighting one man. He fought the champion. He won the gold. He is the top man in this sport.
He caught him with the bookend. Look at the fans standing, and they're raising the roof with Booker T, the world heavyweight champion. What a moment in WCW history this is.
Hard work pays off. Booker T busted his ass for 14 years, and he is now the heavyweight champion of the world.
Hard work paid off for the people who bought this pay-per-view, too. Hard work entertained everybody. This This is what it should have been like a long time ago. A long time ago. Finally, the new WCW really is the new WCW.
I want to tell you, we're going to go into cardiac arrest here from what went down. Booker T.
Wait a minute.
He goes in to help up the referee. Anybody who knows Booker T behind the scenes like we do knows that he is a hard-working, a gentleman, a great athlete, and a man deserving of not only the title shot, but deserving of this moment. And I think he's falling apart right now. I think tears are starting to flow down the face of Booker T. It's every young man's dream to be the WCW champion. And on this 9th of July in 2000, Booker T earned it and has lived it here tonight. I don't know what else to say.
I do. Can I quote you from 1996?
No. Only thing we can say is that Nitro is going to be one hell of a